So we're going to introduce everybody on the cast here tonight, and then we're going to get started on Chapter 1. This is actually technically Story Arc 2, which I kept it Story Arc 2 because my brain couldn't handle switching it, even though long story, because Story Arc 1 was going to go first, but this is good. Hubson, you're out of frame. But you introduce yourself first, Hubs. I don't know how to point to you. There.
Oh.
Bottom left. Bottom right is Hubson.
I don't know if that always points me.
So you can just say...
It puts me on the stream on the different one. Okay.
And you're introducing yourself, not your character.
I know. So I am Hubson. Hello, everybody. I've met some of you before in chat quite frequently. I am Lucia's oldest brother. That's something that's important or anybody cares about. I'm a dad. A few kids, 4 kids to be exact. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I've played D&D Dungeons & Dragons once. I think it was edition 3 back when I was in college. So it's been a few years. My other experience with role-playing games is through like video games, The Witcher, Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights, that kind of stuff. So I have some experience, but it'll be interesting to play like in this setting. It'll be kind of a fun experience.
Cool. Fatty. Fat.
Me. Hello.
Yeah.
I am Fatty Pat. That is my real name. And I am the younger brother to my 3 older brothers that are here. Let's see. This is my first time doing something like this. I have played a little bit of D&D before, but I'm excited. And yeah.
Cool.
Just 1 second. Hey, Dane.
Yeah.
Your Facebook post isn't public, so I can't share it on my own to show the
that's
other
fine.
people.
I'll fix it. Rothy Roth, do you want to just introduce yourself?
I'm Rothy Roth, and I am the mother to these 4 guys.
This is only half of them.
Yeah, only half of them. And I have played D&D when I was 17 years old. I don't remember a thing about it, but my character's name was Dane. But that's it. I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
That just blew my mind.
I don't think I ever knew that.
I don't know that either.
I did.
I vaguely remember. Oh, go ahead.
Back when we used to play it with pencil and we had map, or I don't know. It was in a basement somewhere with pencils and paper. I had no clue what was going on.
That makes
I'm in a basement right now.
Appropriate.
Hubs, it's online now. And this one, Bud, last.
I'm
so hard to
known
point.
by many names. Bud, Dirge Warbler, Mournful Song of Death, all those things. Nobody actually calls me any of the ones except for Bud. I haven't really ever played D&D. I did briefly for, part of one quest one time. Didn't do very well, I don't think, but I've played games and other stuff, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. I'm excited to do it though. I've always wanted to.
Okay.
I think.
Welcome, everyone, and welcome everyone in the chat. I'm going to cycle back through to the quote, and then we're going to get started into the actual game. Mom can't spell it. And I'm also going, I have my chat bot, and I don't know if any of my mods are here that'll talk to the chat. I'm going to go mostly into just pure Dungeon Master mode. So this is one thing where I won't be able to interact with the chat as much, just because we're running a lot of stuff. So feel free to talk to each other. Feel free to whatever. I'll answer questions and stuff at the end when I can. And we'll do have like a Q&A and whatever. So I'm going to officially kind of get started here. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to cycle through the quote. Okay, so this is how your journey starts. And so Stefan glances over the bow of the Fortune Seeker, an apt name for a ship carrying him as transport. The voyage had been relatively without incident other than the initial seasickness which he quickly overcame. There was no other worries other than the constant boredom that the calm sea and fair weather afforded seagoers. The deck crawled around him with seafarers. Some, like him, were passengers awaiting their destination, hoping to forge a better life. Others were the crew members, distinguished mainly by their swarthy mannerisms and the comfort of being on the ship that they claimed home. One passenger particularly stuck out, a young halfling scurrying the riggings towards the crow's nest, lithe and quick with their diminutive frame. Roth, explain the description of your character. No need to name, but that's what she look like.
She just has brown hair, and she likes to wear. Am I doing it right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
She has like a woolen kind of cape on, and she has a headband and armband and clothing that's easy for her to move around in because she's very dexterous. And she is kind of she kind of keeps out of the limelight a lot, and she always has her knives and her bow handy.
Nice. Okay. Hubson grins amused at himself, and heads below deck for the comfort of a place to sit and perhaps find some means of entertaining himself. Hubson, you can go ahead and describe your character.
Did you call my character Hubson though?
Nope, I'm calling you Hubson right now. Your name isn't known. That's yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Wasn't sure what I was.
Yeah, you're good.
So my character, describe my character is my character about 5'10", 5'11". He has light blue eyes, dirty blonde hair. He's fairly thin, not particularly muscular. He carries a rapier at his waist, and he has a lute strapped across his back. He has a hat kind of set at a rakish angle, like a, how to describe the hat? It has a feather in it, and it looks kind of like a cap. It's basically a cap of some kind. He has a long cloak or coat with tails that hangs behind him. Underneath the coat, though, you can see flashes of his leather armor and a few other things like that. He's in his mid-20s.
Okay.
From
That's
what
good.
You can see. Yeah, that's kind of the description of it.
Great, thank you. Entering into the small dining room, he finds a place to sit amongst the cramped tables and chairs, modified and compact to fit within the ship's belly. Also finding respite from the sun and sharing dining space is another passenger he had seen frequently below decks, taking advantage of whatever seafare he could get his hands on to eat. Dirge, describe your character.
I'm short, stocky, red braided top with.
You can say what race you are
sides.
too. That's because that's pretty apparent.
I'm a dwarf. I have a picture of him as well. I could share my screen, but I don't know if that would work.
We'll do that later.
Okay. Very muscular. He carries around a great axe on his back, and he has a green cloak. He's not wearing any shirt, but he has a green cloak with a gold chain that hooks it to his back, and fur covering his waist down, with a bear's claw hanging at his neck.
Okay, zooming out. Meanwhile, in the crow's nest above deck, Rothymoth scampers up the rigging, the sea breeze tussling her hair, thrills her to no end. The crow's nest has become a favorite location of hers, so much that the captain had begun to tell her off, citing that it was dangerous and not the place for a passenger, to no avail. On this day, the sea particularly calm, the slight breeze only affording slight purchase to the sails, causing a slow forward trawl. Scanning the horizons, she saw something that she hadn't noticed to this point on her many trips to the crow's nest. She grabbed the spyglass that was held by the leather string securely fastened in a small container and leveled it towards the object. It was a ship. She thinks that this is exciting, something finally to observe more than the endless blue sea. Not only that, but she thought that it appeared the ship was angled towards them. Zooming back out, Fatty Fat sat like a bolt up in the bunk below deck. He's and you can explain your character now, Fatty.
So my character has dark purple skin, purplish black, kind of like a bruise, which gives hint to his dark elf ancestry. His hair is long and silvery white, but he keeps it pulled back into a ponytail and covered under a hood. He's about 6'3" and 170 pounds, so he's not very muscular, but he's healthy looking. His eyes are a striking pale rose color when they're in the light, which he avoids. He's about 25 years old, but friendly enough.
He spent much of his time down below decks because he preferred it to the upper decks. This whole journey had been bothersome, but necessary nonetheless. His mind was not focused on the trip, however, as the magical threads that pulled on his being seemed to be tugging on him, giving him a sense of disquiet. He had no idea what the feeling meant, but it put him ill at ease. This is where your adventure begins. You may now choose what to do. Rothymoth, you see that so Hubsand and what's I need to get the names up. Hubsand and Tan are in the hold. Yeah.
So my name is Tam.
Okay. Who are you saying that to?
Where are we? No, I'm talking.
Yeah,
where
go ahead.
are we going? I don't know where we're going or why I'm on
you're
this
going?
ship.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's yes. You're on the ship. That's a good question. So you're on the ship called the Fortune Seeker. It's a passenger ship, and it's taking you from Krios. And I've been trying to get you guys a map for a little bit, but Krios is to the southwest, and so there's like a sea, and then the southwest, and you're going to a place called Kalumdar, which is straight north. Straight north. So like there's like a sea. Southwest is where you were from, and you're crossing through the sea going to a north city called Kalumdar.
Oh, no.
Okay, so
But like, do we know why we're like? I didn't really get why we're going there. Or what's going on?
You know why.
No, but I'm saying like
Your
Well,
character, based on your backstory, is going there for various reasons.
okay.
So yes,
I know
you
why
have
I'm
a reason to go
going.
there.
I think I know why I'm going. I don't know.
We can. I kind of know why.
So it's just a passenger ship. So what I'm saying is we're not the only ones on here. There's other
Yes,
people
you're
on
not
the
the
ship.
only ones on here. There's other people on the ship. And again, good questions. Your character as kind of like a wanderer, Hubsand, like he's going up there. Like the Kalumdar is a very large city, so it's like where a lot of people go for like to find their fortune or like find the next thing in their life. So for your character specifically, it might be something like along that line to like see what takes you next.
Yeah, I got that.
Sorry for like laughing. I'm still figuring out. Yeah, it's good questions. Good questions.
I am in the world, which is
Good. Yeah.
What deck am I on again?
You were on the first deck, right underneath the surface level, just right under deck in the kitchen dining area.
I want to start going to the kitchen. I'm hungry.
Okay, yeah. You can go to the kitchen. You're looking for things. And Pat,
yeah,
what?
which deck am I on? I'm below, right?
You're like it's like kind of like a second. If there's two tiers, like you're the second tier under in like the bunking area.
Okay. I want to go see if there's like any...
And you felt something distinct. You have like some sort of feeling that something's off.
Yeah, I want to go see if there's any like books. If I could find like any books, like if there's like someone's quarters that I could peer into that has books, or if there's like a library or like a
something
common
happen?
area.
I know.
Nothing-
Obviously.
Nothing has happened.
Nothing's
No.
happened, but
And where am I?
You are on the right in the first deck below as well, where kind of in the dining area.
So I'll go up, make my way upstairs to the first deck below.
And you're looking for books.
I'm keeping my eye out for anything.
Roll a
of that
perception check.
sort.
What?
Roll a d20 and then add your perception.
Yeah. So I
What
rolled-
time is it?
It's about noonday. It's like it's right in the middle of the day. Clear weather.
That's time for lunch.
Around time for lunch.
I rolled a 17 plus 3 is 20.
Okay. As you're like walking up the deck from the underbelly of the ship, and you get onto the first deck. I mean, there's stuff like around you. I mean, you know where like the dining area is. You also know where like the captain's area is, and that would be the only area where any sort of like written material would be. Here in like the common area, there's not much else of anything of importance. Like there might be some like scrawlings that some people have had, but as you glance around the room and on this level of the ship's deck, you don't notice anything that like really sticks out to you as like, I mean, what are you looking for?
Right. So, looking around, are there any workers like on the ship, like deckhands?
Yep.
I can see.
There's one. There's a few down here on this level, and most of them are on the top because you know that they're like we're in the rigging. But as a calm day, they're kind of also like wandering around as well.
Okay, I want to like grab one that's nearest to me, like by the arm, to like ask him something.
Oi! What? Why are you grabbing me?
Where can I find the captain?
Oh, the captain. He should be up at the helm right now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm making my way upstairs.
How long have we
Okay.
been on this journey, by the way?
You've been on the journey for a few weeks at least.
So we're
few
familiar
weeks.
with the ship, and
You're familiar with the ship.
various
Yep.
places.
And you don't know everyone on the ship, but faces are familiar to you.
So I'm since it's noon as well. I'm gonna also go to, because I'm already walking downstairs from what I remember from the beginning. So I'm gonna go to the dining room area and get some food as well.
Mroth, you notice that the ship is now like getting closer. It's like a few hundred yards off, and as you're peering through the looking glass, you start to see that oars are like ejecting from side ports along that ship.
Well,
And
I
you
probably am-
definitively notice that it's coming towards you now.
Okay. I'm looking around to see if any other members of the crew are noticing this or if it's alarming anybody.
So you're on the
Is
crow's
there any
nest,
way-
and you look at.
I am in the. Can I
Roll a
can I
perception
be
check.
Able to tell what kind of? Yeah.
Oh,
is
go
that
ahead.
20?
Sorry. Yes.
Yep.
So right now you're looking to see if any of the crew members noticing, right?
I got a 2, and I think I'm up plus 4.
Okay, so
Well, I don't
it's
know
you're
anything.
too high up to really see anything of like if anyone is specifically noticed or not. That doesn't mean you can't do other things, but
Well,
go
just
ahead.
a sec.
Ron,
I rolled the wrong dice. I rolled the wrong dice. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah,
rolled
roll
a
a new one.
1d4 and got a 4 on it.
I got a 15, and I got a 19.
Okay.
Plus
Yeah,
fours.
as you're looking down, you see like someone off. So this ship that you are on is currently going north, right? This ship is coming from your west, so from your left side, the port side.
kind of
And
Calendar.
there is like a sailor on the port side that's like looking over it, and he kind of has like a confused look on his face, but he hasn't taken much notice of it. It doesn't appear that he's seen it. He's seen it, but he doesn't appear to like be alarmed or anything. And you don't know
You-
anything
you
about the
also
ship.
have a spyglass that you can.
I would like to look through my glass and kind of see if I can see what kind of flag they're flying and what the people look like. I want to see what kind of race is on this boat. I
Okay.
guess.
It's just a little bit too far to like make out any distinct like facial features or anything, and there's no flag being written up. You roll another perception check as you're like observing the boat.
17.
17.
That's
As you
okay.
look at the boat, one thing you do notice about it again is like the oars pop out, which again these oars are coming out of the side, but at the what's the stern of the boat is like very heavily, it's heavily reinforced bands, as if this boat has
prow.
like on the prow. That's what. Yeah, thanks, Hubs. So there's heavy bands on the prow. Like it looks very reinforced and strong, like heftily built. That's the only distinction that you notice.
Well, my gut is telling me that I need to tell somebody about this.
It's now about it's getting
Just gotta do
closer.
it, Ron.
And
Mom,
people on the deck are starting to like get alarmed by this.
just
Yeah,
just
so
do what
I'm-
your
Or
character would do.
the captain
Okay.
is now
But
the captain is now
my
like knowing what's
character-
going on. You guys can You know, kind of just say what you want to do, you know, and I'll like kind of go around.
I'm just helping out right now.
No,
because,
you're fine. You're fine. I thought Pat was
Right.
gonna say something.
I mean, obviously, I'm down below, so I don't see this going
Right.
on upstairs.
Actually,
so,
have-
but like I'm
So-
just saying,
Simultaneously, as like
But you-
all this is happening with
you
Marath,
probably could
I
shout to other people and
am coming
stuff.
upstairs.
Oh.
You're coming
sound
upstairs,
the
Pat.
alarm.
Yeah, so I come up onto the deck, going to the where's the captain at? The helm.
He's over at the helm.
So I come up onto the deck at that point. Are people still freaking out as I come up?
People are starting now that you're coming up. People are starting to like wonder. It's not uncommon to see other ships, but this ship again has no flag, and the captain is not aware
Okay,
of any
I'm
other
yelling to
vessels at this
people.
time.
I'm
Mom is
hollering.
yelling.
I don't have a very loud voice, but
So,
I'm hollering.
I'm down-
on my way down to tell people.
Okay, I hear the hollering and I take a look around. I'm gonna perception.
So in the meantime,
What are you looking
Bud
for?
and
What are you looking for, Pat?
Just anything that's out of order, like why are people running, scrambling, and why is
You notice pretty quick
falling?
that someone is. Or what'd you get, Roldo?
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6. You notice that people are starting like point over the port side, and you glance over there and you see the ship.
Well, and
Go
you
ahead,
can hear-
Hobson.
You can hear Mroth shouting right now.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm downstairs in the dining room. I imagine I kind of went over towards the dwarf that was down there.
You can start
We
to
were
hear
kinda
stuff.
chatting.
You start to hear stuff from from above.
Do you hear that? I'm asking you, bud.
He's asking
Do you
the
hear that?
dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on.
Sounds like
Move
something's
out of my
going on
way. I
there.
need to get this food. Get out of my way.
Sorry, man. I
As-
was just. It sounded like something crazy's going on. I hear a lot of
Then-
shouting and stuff.
Then you
Okay,
start to
I'll-
hear
I'll
the
see.
beat to quarters from the bosun's mate as like the ship is drawing closer and closer, and it's very apparent that it's on like a collision course.
I
So-
shout, where's the captain?
So I start running up the stairs.
Where's the
looking up
captain? Where's the
stairs.
captain? I don't know where
Where's
the
the
captain
captain?
is. What's get to stations? Get to stations.
I grab a cruiseman and I'm gonna roll
There-
intimidation, shaking him, asking where the captain is.
Okay.
I got a 16.
60.
And
This
I
guy's
grab
like
him.
he is like he does not know what's happening. He's like freaking out right now. He's like he's over at the helm.
Slap
He's
him.
over at the helm.
Okay, I
Slap
start
him.
going
The
towards
Where's the
helm.
server at?
What'd you say?
No.
Uh,
I said, where's the server at?
Where's the server? Well,
There's nobody in this bloody kitchen.
you still want your food? There's no server around you. There's no
Oh,
server
I'll
around
just
you.
Get my own food.
What are you doing, Rothy?
I'm running up. So I'm running upstairs and I see
Okay.
obviously the ship coming up. So I'm bracing because it's coming right at us, right?
It's coming right at you. Yep. You notice that it's
I'm thinking
coming
about-
quick.
How
Turn
far
it-
away is it?
It's like a minute or two away. I don't know how to quantify that in distance. I'm not good enough.
I think we're gonna get
We don't know how
boarded.
fast it's going.
You think you're gonna get boarded? So what are you gonna do?
Well, I already have my weapons out, but I don't think there's any way that I can like move the sails, right?
Do we not have like
wait.
cannons on this ship? Or,
There's harpoons
like,
on the
any kind of
side.
Weapons?
There's harpoons along the side.
So we all have our
Okay.
weapons on us. They weren't like confiscated or
The
anything.
captain is trying to maneuver the ship right now to like get into a better position, and so sailors are going to man the harpoons. A few sailors have started like getting aim on. You know, it's not like they're not cannons, so they're just kind of getting ready. Also, you do notice like the sailors kind of taking the stance.
I go upstairs to complain to the captain.
Okay.
I'm gonna complain
okay.
to you. You need to get going.
Is there anyone with a magnifying glass next to me, or around?
There's
that I
not.
can see?
You
Is
know
the
that
ship-
there's one that goes next.
Right? You mean
Is the ship close?
you
Or
mean a
a,
telescope?
It's close. Okay.
Spyglass.
Everything's paused. Everything's paused. So, the ship crashes into you.
I have
and
braced myself too.
You braced yourself. So the ship crashes into you, and from here, what happens is, here, I'm gonna adjust some of the sound here. As the, oh, I didn't mean to click that button again. Yay! As the ship crashes into you, Mroth, and Okay, here's something I'm going to explain here too, just as like to the audience as well as to the players here. There's something in Dungeons and Dragons called railroading, which is like I am forcing them to do something versus like player responsibility, and players can do what they want. This is one of the only spots I'll ever railroad because I'm kind of starting the story. After this, like the players do whatever they want. I've done this whole intro scenario so that the players can like kind of figure out, you know, a little bit is to do something during action. But this part of the story is the players are not rolling and doing stuff like that. We're going to get into that here into the next scene. So just so you know, this is not the norm. I'm just kind of keeping you informed with that. But what happens? Mroth like tumbles off from the crow's nest and falls down onto the deck. Hubson, though braced, as like the prow of the other ship like rams into it. Soldiers and a bunch of people from the other ship like shoot on things and latch on and start boarding in a rapid pace. One of them quickly like knocks Hubson over the head, and he's out cold. What was it? Tannen, and we'll get their character names here soon too. But Tannen, who is coming up from below deck just from the kitchen, also gets like hit by the impact of like the wood and the splinters. Basically, like all, and you're like kind of like again splinters are like hitting into you. You get like hit out as well. Where were you? You were at the helm. Paxton?
I was on my way to the helm.
You were going to the helm. You're fine, but like soldiers come and like quickly accost you and grab you. You try to struggle for a minute, but they're like the whole ship is very quickly overwhelmed. There's these opposing soldiers that are like just scattering all over the deck with like spellcasters and stuff that are just slaying and murdering the crew. You try to like fight, you know, you kind of get in like a few hits and stuff, but it's like to no avail. They quickly overpower you. They take you to the other ship, and everyone else is like lights out at this point, and so like the scene like fades out.
Okay.
So here's what happens next. I need to stop all.
Oh.
There you go. We're gonna get the mix right better in the future, but
I even have my headphones like turned way down because otherwise it would have been truly concussed.
okay.
Sonic wave.
We're going back here to Paxton. No, we're not going to Paxton.
Okay.
We're gonna stick with Hubs. This is all fine, but Hubs, you like wake up groggily without much cognizance. You're in a pitch dark room. You hear like rain on the outskirts. You still feel the sway of a ship carrying you to now an unknown destination. It's dark all around you. You definitely feel like a strong headache, and you taste like the bitter like iron of blood in your mouth.
Awesome.
And but as you know, you kind of like groggily, you kind of got like that that sea wash kind of feel, you know what I mean, where there's like salt and grit like just kind of all over your face.
Like I'm on the ground, so I imagine I'm like on the ground. Like,
you're on the ground.
Like on one side of my face, partially numb because I've been laying there for who knows how long. And
exactly, you don't notice what's your surroundings, and you kind of before you do anything, like we're not quite there yet. So you kind of just like are in this state, like drifting in and out of consciousness. And then you all again, and I'll just say all of you, this is fine. You all wake up again at this point where like the swaying of the ship has suddenly come to stop, and it's only just the natural like ocean sway. So you know, giving you the feeling that you're now like at a standstill, like the anchor is down, right? You hear like the anchor. Oh man, I've got like, I don't know where they went. I thought I had some chains to like throw around, but so you hear like chains and the anchor like, and the ship comes to a halt. You hear soldiers and footsteps like start to come down into like the hold, and it's pitch black. So you start to hear some like people like talking about various things, and then coming down, and like they're coming down into the hold. Light pours in from this stairwell, and you now can Paxton, you could kind of see because of your dark vision. You can see kind of just that this is like a Kate. Yes, Hubson.
Oh, nice. Don't dwarves have dark vision too?
I think you might. Yeah. Do you have dark vision, Bud?
Might want to double check, but
Is Bud frozen? Bud's frozen.
his
Someone
face
want-
is frozen.
Someone, he was so intent. Someone wanted. Hudson, can you text
I
Bud?
thought he was just listening
I thought he-
intently that he...
I thought he was listening very intently.
He said he crashed.
Said he crashed. Okay, that's fine.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
I thought he was just like super listening.
Me too. All right. So you hear like the footsteps, and then the door opens and light pours into this room. Oh no, that's bad. Stand by for the cameras to realign, people. Like based on how I have stuff in Discord, it won't be fixed until he gets back online, but that's okay. Okay. such an important moment for Bud to just like get crashed
He's out cold.
He's out
He
cold.
just, like,
He is out cold. When we said this game is like a Sword Art Online, is like when something happens in the game, like it happens in real life. So some soldiers like come in and open the doorway to this the brig that you're being stored in. You are all like cuffed behind your back, and they in like kind of a chain gang lineup, and they forcefully like grab you and start like leading you off the ship, and that's kind of where we pick off. So I'm going to be kind of doing this. You can narrating this. You guys are allowed to do stuff now. Oh, and they put blindfolds on all of you, and you guys are now currently being walked out of the ship. What's that, Marathi?
Am I included in that?
Yes, all of you.
Oh, all of us.
And you look around, and you in the dim light, which you can barely see, there is only 4 of you that are being carried in this way. There's no one else in the brig other than you 4. And you again, just by sight of face, you've seen each other on the ship from time to time, but that's about it.
Okay. But we're blindfolded.
Hubson, you went muted.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I said we're blindfolded right now anyway, so we can't really see how many people are with us.
Yeah, before the blindfolds were put on. Yes, you saw.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're walking
and you're walking.
upstairs.
Yep. You're walking like upstairs onto deck, and you feel yourselves like being forced down like a gangplank that's going onto land.
Oh,
and
going
now
onto land,
they're
not
just like
together.
trudging along. What's that?
Okay, I'm like,
We're not going
And you
to
kind
the
of
ship, we're going to
feel
land.
the counter sway, as you get back on land and your sea legs go back into land legs. But what'd you say, Marathi?
Never mind, you answered.
Okay. And you're walking along. It's in silence
Okay,
at this point.
So
so I'm saying like, usually I get a drink after a night like that. Where are you guys taking us?
Shut up! And they like rattle the chains and like kind of
Can I
yank
roll
you
a
along.
charisma check or something?
Not right here. They're like very intent on their job. They're very intent on what they're
thinking
doing.
back,
Yeah.
thinking back on the raid and everything, and like putting together the voices that I've heard, are the people of a particular
pause
race?
1 second. Hubson, if you were to roll a charisma check, it'd be more if you were like, you tell me I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to like convince them to something. If you're just saying something, I
asked
don't.
them a question. I asked them, like, where are we going?
and they-
Trying to get some information from them.
Okay. And I'll
That's
do
what I
it
was
in the
thinking.
future. But yeah, that's fine. What were you saying again, Pat?
So like thinking back on the raid and everything,
Uh-huh.
was there any, like, were these people a certain race? Were they humans? Were they wearing certain things?
They were what you ascertained from like the heat of like what was happening and everything. They're like primarily humans, but like anything in this world, there's like a smattering of mixed races, but primarily human.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
No, but did it look like they're? So did they have uniforms? Were they wearing all that kind of their own stuff? So were like they organized, or they look like pirates? That's what I'm.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Or maybe like insight or something.
So I've got.
I'm saying perception probably based on what he saw from
Oh,
before.
yeah.
Is what I'm kind
so
of
is it
going off
like
of.
Okay, so it's a 12 plus. 12 plus 2 is 14.
12 plus 2 is 14.
Yeah.
So your question is like if what their uniforms were like.
So I'm
they-
trying to guess, like ascertain, like are they organized, or does it seem more like a ragtag group of
Yeah.
pirates. You know, like if they're
Yeah.
all wearing the same type of
Okay.
uniforms, then they'd probably be more from like an invading army or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's what it's going through my head.
From what you remember and recall based on like the general appearance of most of them, is the best way you could describe it is they probably look like kind of like mercenaries or like soldiers. They don't have any other distinguishing features. I mean, so like a pirate-ish mercenary, you know, decked out for like seafaring, but there's no like symbols or anything that you notice of distinct note.
Okay.
Okay, as you're progressing, you're starting, the terrain under you starts to change into like a more dirt path. Yes, Maroth?
Well, all this time I've been kind of smiling, trying to look at this guy that's closest to me.
Yeah, you have a blindfold on,
Oh crap! Oh yeah. Okay. Well.
but you can
And
still
I
like have an idea what you want to try to do.
so- Well, I can talk to him, so I'm asking him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking him like, I know, why do you want me in this group? Because these guys are all obviously men, and one's a big dwarf, and you know, do you want me, or do you know, what's my purpose? Can
The
you let
rain
me go?
stops. So you oh, there we got a camera back on. We got I'll do it, you know, kind of like what Hubson was trying to do. So like I'll roll a persuasion.
So no. With a 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, D20.
13.
And what was your question again? Just roughly.
Well, actually,
I got distracted, bud coming
I'm
out.
wondering
just-
why he needs me.
Did
Why
you just
he needs me
roll
in
it?
this group?
Hey,
Yeah.
did you just roll a 13?
No, I rolled an 11 plus 2.
Okay.
Roth's got it. But like just like earlier, they just like they shake him like no talking, and they kind of yank on the cords like he's like, and they start talking like, because you hear now that there's like at least 2 guards there, and they say something and interchange between them. It's like prisoners, like we're always saying stuff to, you know, whatever, and they're kind of like really disgruntled at like kind of this kind of behavior, obviously.
Well, I think that I'm going to just kind of lay low and just go along with it. I'm pretty small, and
Okay.
that's where
You
see,
start
till I
to
get more
you hear
information.
ahead of you a little way as they stop you now, like a door start to like creak open. It's like, it sounds like pretty large, about the like a double door size of it's the door
Okay,
noise.
I'm gonna act now. So, looking under my blindfold, can I tell if the person in front of me is like Maroth is like a gnome or a dwarf or whatever? Can I see by looking at their feet like who they are in front of me? 'Cause we're in a line, right?
These blindfolds are on like full vision, like tight, like they're not
Okay,
messing
I can't
around.
see anything.
No.
Okay, I hear the door open. I'm gonna roll a performance check and pretend to vomit like uncontrollably. Like
Okay,
I'm like
that's-
sick, like going onto the ground.
So you're pretending to be sick. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like roll, that's fine. Roll that.
Like to stop from
The
going
stock
in.
the procession. Okay. Yeah. Roll a performance.
Okay, I rolled an 8.
Rolling an 8.
8 plus anything, or that's
No,
your total?
a 5. A 5 plus.
You start to like hunker over a little bit, like oh, you know, like kind of like imitating, like I'm feeling real, like I'm sick, but the guards, they just like literally like, again, one of them like hits you over the head, and quite forcefully, not until to like cause damage, but like they're getting like pretty upset, and he's like, shut up, and he like slaps you across the head, and you're like, and as you do that, the doors, like you hear them like finally finish opening, and they are like forcefully like taking you down in here, and you start to you now feel like you're in a different environment. It goes like kind of quiet. Yeah, there's like a soft ambiance of like, now you don't hear the outside wind. It's just kind of the subtle subterranean sounds going around. There's again like a faint like dripping of various liquids in the background, and you're being again continued in this procession down a long down a hallway. You again can't see anything, and then the few corners as they're like taking you, they keep going.
Okay.
This goes on for like a few minutes, at which point, and again, like you're again stopped, and you have like you're again stopped, and you hear like the cage doors like of something like being opened, your blindfolds are taken off, and you find that you're yourself like in a prison room. So this room there's 6 different cells. These cells are quite large, as if they are meant to house multiple people, right? So these cells are like, probably each one can comfortably fit about 4 people, as such as your party. They take off your blindfolds, and they also take off your they start to take off they bring you inside there. They take off your chains, they take you in one cells, and you're all in the same room together. They take off your chains and drag them out, and then they then close the door behind you, and one of the guards like locks it, and then like walks. Yeah, go ahead.
Was there like any other groups? Like, do we see any other groups, like them leading anybody else off, or?
From the beginning on the ship, before you were blindfolded, you did not notice anybody else. While you were in the procession, you didn't hear like the shuffling of extra feet. You probably, you heard like some people with you, but it's hard to distinguish how many steps were going on. And then now that your blindfold is off, you only see you 4. There is it's sided by 3 corners of walls that are solid walls, and then in front of you on your cell is like, thick bars, obviously, like a prison. You can't get out, and there's just the 4 of you in this cell, and this is where you're again.
They unchained us.
They did unchain you. Yep, inside the cells.
As the guys locking the door.
Do we have any equipment?
Nope. Your equipment is taken. You're just like in kind of regular clothes, stuff. Yeah. But not your armor, weapons, etc.
Okay.
As the guard locks the door, I pay attention to where he puts the key. Like if he puts it in his pocket or puts it like on a ring or something like that.
Okay. Yep. It's definitely like on a ring, kind of like at his hip. Okay. As he's like walking out, and I will roll a perception.
Who?
Paxton.
15.
15. As you are specifically like looking for this, you notice that there turns out that there is 4 guards, right? One of them that like unshackled you inside, and then 3 outside of the cell, and all of them seem to have similar type keys attached to their belts.
Wait, so there's one of them in the cell with us?
There was not anymore. He was the one that unchained you. So you were asking about what kind of happened. But
he left.
He walked out. They locked it, and then all 4 of them like walked out, as far as you can tell. Okay. You can't see. Well, you're kind of in the back of the cell, so there's only so much you can see.
Okay. So I look around at
Well, guys,
at you guys.
This is a rude awakening.
You guys can talk to each other. Yeah. So that's Hubson saying that. So. Hubson's character is now saying that to you. This is the point where we might morph into like talking about your characters rather than me calling you Hubson, because.
Yeah.
So who are you guys anyway?
So, separate. Sorry, out of character.
Yeah.
Since we were on the ship for so long, like, did we not introduce ourselves ever, or do we have to like, as our, what I mean? Like, do we not know each other's names?
I didn't introduce myself to anyone because I don't care.
Yeah, I'd say for the sake of flavor, you don't.
I would have
you recognize
guys.
You would have, so they might know you a little bit, and that's fine. I mean, for the sake of the audience, you can reintroduce yourself. But yes, like they might know you, like as far as story element wise. Yes, they might know you. But for
singing in the galley or whatever.
So everyone, Hubson's name is Tam. Yeah, there you go.
So
Tam.
I'm Tam, guys. What are we supposed to do here? I don't like being chained up and beat.
So, are you guys wealthy? Is there any reason that we've been kidnapped? Because I have no money. I don't know why I'm here.
Well, and why only the 4 of us?
Yeah, I wonder why we all of us 4. What do you think?
Where's the rest of what about the crew and the other passengers that were on the ship? Why I didn't hear anybody else. I don't know if you guys did, but it seemed to me that like these mercenaries just grabbed us for no reason. I don't know. That was.
Hey, dwarf. What I want to know is why didn't you fight very much when they started to board? I was watching you and you weren't really paying attention. What's your problem?
Oh, Bud, you're on mute. Bud, you're on mute.
we can't hear you.
Bud's angry. Angry retort.
Are you dumb?
What are you, stupid dwarf?
We can't hear you still.
We'll get Bud back online. Why Bud's getting online? Just for the fun of it, Mroth. Because you were unconscious and because Bud was coming out of the hold and you're just kind of like teasing the dwarf. Roll a deception check.
That's with the 20. Is this always going to be with 20?
Mostly
No,
D20.
most of these
Mostly
are-
D20.
All these checks are with 20s. It's only like if you're rolling damage or rolling to heat.
There you go,
11.
Bud.
We got you, bud.
11.
There you go.
Bud, you roll I think it's perception. I'll have to get better at like figuring it. But roll a perception check, Bud. Or actually, Bud, tell me what your perception is. I'll roll it for you. Tell me what plus you get. Yeah,
Why would you roll it for him?
because I don't want Mroth to know what he gets. Trust me. Yeah.
I'm at like -1.
Okay. And what'd you get, Mroth?
No wonder.
What'd you get,
I
Mroth?
only got an 11.
Okay. And Bud, Mroth just asked you like why you weren't like fighting very much, and she's like teasing you, or she's like trying to. I don't know what her intent is, but
I'm a little bit serious because we're just a peaceful going ship, and we got.
well, I guess like if you're kind of like being like serious, like you didn't notice Bud at any point, because he was like coming out of the hold, and you were like hitting from the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And-
I'll tell you, I kind of crashed there for a little bit, so.
Yeah, I think we all got knocked off our feet. Like there wasn't much fighting going on. They took us completely by surprise.
Yeah.
I'll
So I
tell you
wonder
if
what
I
we-
had the chance.
This isn't right.
I-
We're not supposed to.
I agree, Drow.
Is that your name, Drow?
My name is Fen.
Finn.
Good to meet you, Fed. I'm
I'm
Tam.
Starla.
Good to meet you. Starla, Tam.
I'm gonna go try to break these bars.
Wait.
Okay.
wait.
What are you gonna do that with your head?
I have an idea.
Roll
I have an
a
idea.
roll a strength check, Bud. Bud's doing it. He's doing it, and we don't know Bud's name yet, by the way. Still, but
I'm gonna intervene. Roll persuasion to stop him. Can I do that?
he's already started. But so you can get, what'd you roll, Bud?
16.
You like grab the bars and like your muscles are like bulging as you're like trying to pull against this. You hear like
I
someone
got a
like kind
21.
of for
I say,
persuasion.
hey, dwarf. Yeah.
Hey,
Let's not hurt
and as,
ourselves.
like you are obviously not making like any progress at all. Even though your instinct's telling you like this is like something that you really want to do, like that it makes sense. Like you hear someone behind you and you say like, okay, I'll stop, because you were obviously not making any progress.
I have an idea. So
What is it?
how to get out. But as far as what we do once we get out, I don't know where this is gonna lead.
As you guys are still talking here for a second, you hear like again footsteps come down into the room, and like another cell door opens that you can't see from like your angle, and you hear like a person being like roused and like woken up, and they like someone is grabbing this person and like forcefully like dragging them out, and they just like start like screaming as they're getting dragged off down this hallway, and they shut the door behind them again.
Unlucky fellow down there.
That didn't
Hey,
sound
who
good.
are you? Tell me who you are. They've gone.
It's beyond here.
Okay.
But as you
Listen
say
up.
that, go ahead, Pat first. Well,
I was just gonna say, listen up. We have to act fast. We don't have any. Does anyone have any weapons on them? Any knives hidden in
I don't.
boots?
Feel any weapons?
Nobody has
protect
any
myself.
weapons.
Nobody
The guards.
I know a couple of rudimentary spells.
Okay, I do as well.
I can, I can send some dissonant whispers into somebody's mind and
Okay, that might
make
help
people go
actually.
crazy.
Because
I can also command the air a little bit, knock people over. I can do a few things if I need to. Learned a few things.
so if we can make some kind of diversion, or maybe you can whisper in someone.
I have to see them though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll need to make some kind of loud, I don't know,
I know just the guy.
uprest. So to get the guards back in here, and I could make an illusion, or I can create a magical hand, a floating hand, that can grab something like keys or something like that.
Well,
What say you?
Can you actually grab them? Is it like a physical?
It's a physical hand. The illusion, if I make an illusion, that's not physical. It just appears to be some way.
How about if our bard? Maybe I bet you these guards aren't very
you
smart.
don't know what I am yet, but
Oh.
Yeah, you don't
That's
know.
okay.
That's okay.
Well,
That's fine.
I did
He said he
see
had
on
some.
the
He
ship
said he had some
earlier.
spells. You can ask him what
that's
spells.
fair. You've seen,
Yeah.
you've
And
seen that I had like a.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
you know,
fair.
Yeah, because I love storytelling, to be honest, and I have been in your audience before on the ship, so I know that you're really good. And I bet these guards aren't very smart, so maybe you could start telling a really enthralling story. And they could
Maybe
be
they might just punch
distracted.
me in the face though.
They
Well,
don't seem like
yeah.
I
the
got your
They don't
back.
the
seem
romantic
like story
type.
I could try to distract him though, or let me think.
If we could get
I
one
could
in
try to
here,
deceive him.
I could
I could make him think
That's
I'm
all I
sick,
got.
or
Steal their
I can make him
keys.
think I'm sick.
or if we could get him in here, I could
I
just
doubt they're going to care about that.
firebolt them, and if I could kill him while he's in front of the gates, then when he's unconscious on the ground, I could use the magic hand to grab the keys easy.
The only problem is if that I see is if we cause too much of a ruckus and
We're
we
gonna
get
get everyone
all the
in here.
guards here, even if we get 5 guards in here, we have no weapons. We're just gonna get.
I'll take them
beaten up.
all.
And then that's all fine and dandy, dwarf. But
We have no weapons, dwarf.
we have
What's
no
your-
weapons.
what-
We're
what's your
outside.
name?
We're trapped. Who knows where?
We have the dwarf as a weapon.
You see these?
It's huge.
Yeah, a huge
I
dwarf.
can-
That's not an oxymoron.
Making fun of me, big loud man?
I'm
I'm
rattling
just
the
saying.
cage
I
doors.
haven't heard of many huge dwarves. That's
You,
all.
you don't hear any response. There's nothing that happens from rattling the cage doors.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm looking around. Let's look at this place.
Okay.
Let's see if there's any writing on the wall.
Are you? Where are you looking around? Inside the cell or outside the cell?
Inside the cell.
Inside the
Is there
cell,
any-
it's got like the rustic rudimentary things of like any cell for like toiletries, etc. Whatever they have in cells. Besides that, the walls are very bare. The floor is like. Everything is constructed in such a way that you believe it's not like a natural sort of cave formation. This has actually been built. Then again, there's the bars in the front, but the walls are like a concrete type substance that are actually like physically constructed.
Are there
Then I'm
any like?
gonna look inside of the toilet and see if there's any weapons or
It's-
anything.
it's like a
that's stashed
bucket.
in there.
It's disgusting now. So you kind of like hold your nose a little bit as you're like kind of like groping around there. You're like just filthy now, but you didn't find anything.
Ugh. Dang, I wish I would have thought about that. Is there a bed in here or anything? A straw bed?
There's not like a straw bed. There are just like a few like what's it say like scraps of like cloth, you know, like you could use as like a blanket, but that's like it.
I'm gonna rummage through
nothing-
there and see if
nothing
there's
to break.
anything in there.
It's
I could
nothing there.
set
What were you
cloth on
Paxton?
fire. I could set cloth on fire, and we could throw it
We
out
can't
there.
hear you, bud. Did you mute again?
No, oh,
you hear me?
bud,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
he's
yeah,
there.
we can't. Sorry, I thought you were doing something.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just saying I could set the cloth on fire and we could throw it out there and
Do
they
it.
might notice the smoke. But
Do it.
but if we can get anyone in here, we're gonna need to incapacitate them.
I can jump on their back and I can stab them between the shoulder blades.
I'll jump
What
on their
about
back
knife?
too.
We don't have any weapons.
Oh yeah. True.
It's all fine and dandy to have all these plans of how we're gonna fight our way out of here with our bare fists, but I think we need to maybe wait for see what they're trying to do to us.
Okay,
I don't
let's
know.
look out.
Okay,
I want to
wait.
look outside of the cell.
I have an
Okay.
idea actually.
I'm gonna give it to Mroth first to look outside the cell, or sorry, Starla looks outside the cell. Again, as you glance out the side of the cell, you see directly across from you there's another cell which appears to be empty. There's like some debris and smatterings on the floor, but you can't like make it out of anything what it is. Nothing appears to be moving. Based on like how the walls are constructed, you kind of walk to the right side of the cell so you can get a better better view of the whole room. And you see 2 other cells again across the way. So there's 3 on that alternate side, and you know or you feel like there's some to your to your left, but you can't see inside of them. But again, all the cells across the way appear to be empty in as much as you can see. In between you and the cells, there is just like a bare floor, bare wall, nothing else like in the room.
That didn't help very much.
Well, okay, so we can
Light
either
the fire.
wait. No, we're not. I'm not gonna light the fire yet, but I do have an idea. So if I take Starla, I can make an illusion of having like a knife or a weapon, and we can make some kind of ruckus to get them to come in here, and I could like pretend like I'm gonna kill her because they obviously want us alive, and they had the other prisoner alive. So they want us alive for some reason because they killed the rest of the people on our ship. So if I pretend like I'm gonna slit her throat, you two can stay in the corners. When the guard comes in to intervene, you guys can grapple him, and we could try to take his weapons and overpower him.
As you're
How do we
talking,
get him here?
as you're talking, you hear like a voice like across the room. It's like, "You're gonna get yourself killed." It's just kind of like it goes
Who are
quiet
you?
again.
Not before I kill you.
Are you also a
It's
prisoner?
in our cell.
Yeah, I'll also
No,
be a
like-
prisoner. It's kind of echoing through the
across
room,
the-
but someone has obviously heard you talking.
How long have you been here?
Who is it?
I've been here for a long time.
What do they do with the prisoners here?
Don't ever really know. Most of them never come back. And sorry, Hubson, you said, or sorry, you said who is it? Where's my name? I need to get
Where
better
are
at this.
we?
My name's Amir. And Tannen, you would recognize Amir, like you kind of like perk up. You recognize actually Amir, like this is a strange coincidence, but he's actually, the name sounds familiar for someone you knew a long time ago as one of your clansmen.
Amir? Is that,
Yeah,
is that
who's
you
that?
over there?
Yeah, who is
Sorry.
that? Ari.
What are you
What do
doing?
you do?
in
What do you
there?
do? Our voices are like exactly the same. Because we're like the same person. Sorry.
Twin orbs.
So, and he like starts to tell you like he's been here for like a few weeks, and he's like seen like some people come and go, but you're the first that's been here for a while. I've been trapped down here for a long time, man.
Where did they pick you up from?
Oh, I was out mining to the east of our city, and you guys don't know the geography. Again, I'm gonna get you the map, but Tannen, you're from the far west, and the dwarves kind of like make excursions to mine various substances or go on trips to get various items, and he was like on one of these trips far away from like the homeland, and this would be. Again, geographically, this would be a little bit west of the sea that you guys were on, and a little bit east of the dwarven city. So, like a little bit out in the middle of nowhere, though. But that's where he was. He was on like kind of a an expedition with his group. What is it? The Cariun Sea is where you guys were on. By the way, sorry. We'll get some more map stuff. Again, you don't have the map memorized, but there's some stuff, general geography that you know about. So he was captured from there.
And he's been there, and he's been here for a couple of weeks.
He's been here for a couple weeks.
Amir, what do you know of this place?
Not much. I've seen them take off various prisoners. They always go out screaming. Sometimes they come back, but then they just come and torture him again, and then I don't see him anymore. I've been so far left alone, but I don't know how long I'm gonna be that lucky.
Have you seen anyone attempt to escape?
I don't think anyone's been that dumb. They've got it guarded 24/7 with at least 4 guards from what I can tell on a rotation. They always come in pairs. And
Amir, where are you? What cell are you in?
He's like his description of the room. Again, there's the 6 cells. He is 1 cell over from you. Adjacent. He's
On the
adjacent.
same side.
On the same side.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll get you out, cousin.
If we're gonna do this, we have to be
Somehow.
careful. We only get one shot.
Is there anyone else in your cell?
Nope, it's just me. Been just me for a long time.
Captured alone?
He
What of
was
the
he
others?
was
Did they get anyone
he was
else?
captured with like another small group, but they've kind of like been dwindled off like one at a time. So he was with, again, it wasn't like a lot of them. It was just a group of like 4 or so again. They come in and they say that they're like experimenting, but again, no one comes back.
Do they take people one at a time? Were there anybody else in your cell that they took?
Yeah, there used to be a few other clanmates, but they're long gone. And yes, they take them one at a time.
Kaddish! What of Kaddish?
Kaddish is still back home. He wasn't on the initial excursion, thank heavens.
Oh, good.
Okay. So
Okay.
what do you think of my
Tell
plan?
us anything useful.
He can't. So he says like it seems like they're on like patrol routes. So even though there's always 4 of them, they come in at specific times. Usually every. I'm gonna try to do. I can't do this in voice as much. But they come in and rotate like about every hour. They come and like check on the cells. So based on like how long you was talking, that might even be coming up pretty soon.
Okay.
They carry like standard
the
weapons,
4?
no like ranged weaponry, just like kind of standard swords.
Okay. They come in the 4 of them to check on the cells. Or just
Usually
one
they
at
just
a
come in
time?
pairs. They just come in pairs.
Pairs. Okay. So if we make some kind of disturbance, there is probably going to be at least 2 that come.
I can put on a performance of me getting sick and having them come help me.
I doubt they're gonna
Did you
help
try
you.
that?
But-
Try that
done-
once
I don't
already.
care.
Yeah, I don't know if they would care. But
I say we got to do something.
or I
say-
mean, I can make an illusion of something else if anyone has any ideas.
so
Wait, can you
So-
make an illusion that we're all gone? Can you
What's your
cover
spell?
us with an illusion to make us look like we're not here?
I believe it does like a 5-foot
Um,
square.
it is a 5-foot square.
Yeah, it's
of
5-foot square.
something.
Like a
So-
5-foot cube?
Memorized.
Yeah, 5-foot
Memorized.
cube.
It can be up to that
So-
size. It's like a
Yeah,
chair.
So we could
How long can you hold it
could
for?
stand behind
And
it.
it has to be an
they come
object.
in.
Yeah. I don't know if we could all fit behind it, because
Roth could.
No, but
I could because I can hide from anybody that's bigger than me, which is everybody pretty much.
Well, you're like 3
you
feet
can
tall.
just hide.
I could
but-
hide. If we got them to come in, could I sneak out and hide?
ooh, that. Wait, but they would. I'm sure they would notice. There's only 4 of us.
Well, that's the
They-
thing. But if
they-
she was hiding though, then
Maybe
she
they
could
don't
slip
remember
out
that I'm in
behind
there.
them.
Yeah, but they
Well,
would
that's what
they
I'm
would notice that one of them isn't here.
Is there anything we can put underneath the
You're
blanket?
good, Hubs. You're good, Hubs.
To make
mean,
it look like
it-
she's under there.
High times.
If we got them to come in, I could have my mage hand, just a floating hand, hide in one of the other in the cell across. So when he comes, we could stall him long enough for me to get the mage hand, grab the keys, and once he leaves, then we can get out without anyone being there. I think that might work.
Hey, Dane.
Yes.
Are we dropping frames on the stream?
My says no dropped frames on my OBS, so the cameras might be a little off.
Type says it keeps loading on hers. It might just be her.
If
device.
it's the cameras, it might be like when I click other things, like I have to keep like the thing
It's
always up.
not the cameras. It's the whole stream for her. So it's probably
it looks okay on
our
mine.
internet on our
Yeah,
side.
it looks okay on mine.
Yeah, mine.
No dropped frames.
Tam, did you hear my plan? It's Jeff? Tam?
I didn't hear your plan. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So-
Do the plan again. The mage hands.
So if we could find some way to get them in here, instead of trying to overpower them, I could hide my mage hand, cell across in the dark, and if we could stall them in front of the cell long enough, I could have the hand move forward, grab the key, hide again, and then once they like figure out that we're just making a distraction, they'll just leave, and then we'll have the keys and we'll be alone and we could escape.
I like it.
So that's a good plan. The other thing I was thinking, if you hid one of us, made it appear like we were not here, then they'd open the cage door to figure out how one of us escaped, right? Come in and and then we could.
While you guys are talking again, like you hear the main front door open, and Amir, he's like, quiet, they're coming, as the door opens, and two guards walk in.
Wait. So I'm motioning to Paxton, or to, what's your name?
Yeah,
Finn.
Finn.
Sorry.
Okay, Finn. And
The
I'll.
hand?
You're
I
trying
summon
to
my
like
ma-
motion to him. They're walking in and they're talking to each other.
I summon my mage hand in the cell across from me.
Okay, the mage hand is summoned over there. You hear him talking. He's like, the whole darn garrison's out, like being called on another trip again. Like always on the move, never get a moment's break. We just on a raid, and they're like walking in and they're like, again they're checking the cells. They knock on the cage to Amir and like, you still in there? Amir's like, yeah.
I whisper to Tam, stall them.
They're walking over to your cage now.
Hey!
What's going on in here? They
So
look at you. Okay.
Is there? Do you?
Here, just a second.
Is there-
I gotta
is there any food
look
out
this
there?
up real quick. I gotta
Food's
look
not for
up,
another few hours.
But do you think?
I try to persuade.
Do you
There's
think
two of them?
that you could give some for a little dwarf? Not much.
Roll a persuasion check.
Wait, but I
And-
had to look up something so I could see what I wanted to do.
Okay, he's rolling persuasion. That's fine. You can tell me why he's doing that.
Just 10.
Just 10.
Oh no, wait. Yeah.
They're like, food is in 3 hours. You have to wait.
There's two
We're
of
not-
them, right?
It's like, and then there's two of them, and they talk to each other. It's like, we weren't ever called, this job never had the description of prison guard. We're supposed to be mercenaries. And they're just like kind of disgruntled.
Okay. Is
Okay.
what's Stefan doing?
Okay. I
You
don't
need
know
some
if
more
I wanna
distraction?
Do this.
Finn, do you need more distraction?
Gentlemen.
They're like, what
Gentlemen.
are you guys talking about in there? And then they, what?
So I
what?
come up to the bars, right?
And I'm bringing the hand out of the behind them.
Gentlemen, there's been a huge misunderstanding here.
Well, the keys are on the hip, right?
We're all friends. I'm a human. You're human. What race are they?
Okay, I'm.
Hubs roll of persuasion. They're human. They're human.
So I'm
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 controlling the
Just
hand.
as I'm assuming Hubs, your intent is to stall, right, and distract.
Yeah. So I got an 18 plus
Okay.
5.
They're like,
23.
yeah. What's up?
I'm gonna roll a
Well,
sleight of
I
hand.
mean, we're all here. We're like, this has been a huge misunderstanding. We were just on that ship going to Kalimdor, whatever the name is. I can't remember the name.
Paxton, roll sleight of hand for the
I roll
mage
sleight
hand.
of hand
And-
for a
and-
9.
Like, we got caught up in this mess. We're not even supposed to be here. Like, I think you guys got the wrong
Kind of like
people.
bats away they're like this, but he doesn't like notice.
Get him close
like-
to the bar.
We're on
I
a
mean,
job.
no,
Like,
it-
what do you want from us?
friend.
What did they
Here.
pay you?
Are you doing it
Let-
again, Paxton?
Yeah,
what
I'm gonna
can
try
I,
again.
Roll
Sleight of
another
hand.
sleight of hand.
Can't really. It's hard when there's so many other things going on.
Okay, I got a 19.
And Hubsin, roll another persuade. So for the sake of this, how I'm counting it is like you are kind of in joint over trying to accomplish a long-term task. So Hubsin, roll persuasion again. What were you saying, Roth?
Oh,
second?
I didn't know he could do it again. I was going to sleight of hand. I want to know if close to the
You
bars,
can't sleight of
because
hand.
I would try to-
Paxton is doing sleight of hand for his mage hand, which is currently outside the bars.
I know, but if they were close, then maybe I could reach.
They're stepped a little away from that right
Okay.
now. It's just FYI. Yeah, you'd have to like get
So-
them closer.
I
What'd you
rolled
roll?
a 15 plus 5, so 20.
Okay. Yep. So
I got a 19.
they don't seem to know. So what happens is like they're kind of like talking to
I'm
Tam.
I'm just
They're-
wondering why I'm a storyteller. I'm here, like I was traveling to go talk to the king of Kalimdor, and now I'm here and I don't understand what happened here, guys. Like, tell me a little bit about what's going on. What are we doing here?
So they're like looking at you and they're
You
just
guys
like
don't seem real happy with your situation. Well, it doesn't seem like they're treating you very well here. To be
Okay.
honest.
so as Hubson's talking or Tam, it's Tam, right? I need to get the names memorized better, but I only knew it just a little bit ago. So as Tam's talking, they're like and with your intent being just to like you know kind of distract them. They're
I'm just trying to talk to them. I'm trying to engage them and actually learn some information from them too.
So what they tell you is like we're just mercenaries for a job. Like we just do what the boss tells us and we get it done. Like we get paid good. Like it's not the best job, but you know whatever. As far as you guys, like best luck to you, but you're probably not going to be around here for much longer. But and then as this is happening, the mage hand from Fen like slowly grabs it, and what's the mage hand doing?
It's backing up into the cell.
And it's starting to like back, and he like doesn't seem to notice, like either both of them, they seem like engaged enough in the conversation that they don't seem to notice. As far as like who hired, roll another persuasion check, Tubbs.
Let me see. 11 plus 5 is 16.
Can't. I need a place to roll my dice. Okay.
I brought a Tupperware so I could drop them in there.
I need to do that too. Seeing if there's any other. I think it's just persuasion.
Yeah,
But
I'm not trying to intimidate them. I'm trying to like persuade for information. I think that's the best one.
And you asked them like who hired them.
Yeah. Like I mean, you guys are mercenaries here. Like who hired you to do this? Why are you?
And they like
Why are you taking innocent people?
they're like so they're telling me like, oh man, we're hired by Android, and you don't want to mess with that guy. But this we're just come here to do the job. We stay out of his way. We stay out of all their ways. We do what we're supposed to, and we get it done. But then they're like, he's like the other guard like kind of taps the one that's like kind of engaging with you on the shoulder, and he's like, hey, it's time to go back and finish up the rounds, Jed. Like let's get out of here. And so they like start to like, you know, like walk away. And they're walking back out towards the door. They're like, yeah, you'll be waiting. And then they let go, and then the door closes again.
So they left completely?
They left completely, as far as you can tell. And Amir's like, our Amir. She's like, yep, they're gone. I think they're gone.
Okay, I whip the hand over. And it comes. And I have the keys.
So the hand, like you do like your again the continuation of the magic spell, and you like pulling the hand over, it like darts across the room, and it like lands in your hand. And you have like the set of keys.
Okay, the hand dissipates. Okay.
Did you mark that off on your spells? Is that a cantrip, or is it?
It's a cantrip.
Okay.
It's a cantrip. Yep. Okay. So now.
Nice job. I was freaking sweating bullets there. But we got some good information too.
We have the keys.
This Android, so they're obviously these guys are just paid. Like they don't even really want to be here. We need to try to figure out how to get.
Most everybody's out of camp right now, I think.
Yeah,
and,
I heard him say that too.
This might be a good time to. And plus, we got a guy next door that.
We gotta find our stuff. And we gotta get out of here.
Okay, wait.
We've got a mirror.
Listen, before we leave,
hesitation is bad.
When we leave, we're gonna be sneaking. So we need to decide right now, like what exactly we're gonna do. Because the way I see it, we get out here.
Okay. I'm very sneaky, so I will go first, and I will.
All of you roll a stealth check.
Oh, we're not even out of our cell yet.
But you can still like roll it. It's fine.
Okay.
24.
Is that dexterity?
Yeah.
The stealth check is your dexterity plus if you have proficient in stealth, which I don't think you are, bud.
But it's just whatever it is. Yeah. So I got.
So it's your roll plus your dexterity.
16.
16.
20.
Roth.
24.
Okay, Bud.
20.
Ari. Good. And Armir rolled really badly, but it's a group check, so you're considered stealth. I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
80%
basically.
of our group. 4/5 of our group. Okay.
So our first objective
it's fine. Like it's a group check. It's fine. What's that?
I'm talking to the group. So we're gonna leave, and we're gonna try to find our stuff. Is that correct? Do we need our stuff?
We do need
need
our
it.
stuff.
We don't have no weapons. We need to try to find our. I've got some important stuff in there.
Okay, fair enough. Me too.
I have a loot that I can't. I've got to find it.
Okay. So let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We know they're not going to be
I
back
reached
for
out-
a while, so we
so
should.
Ten
how
goes
are
to the gate, the block, and it clicks.
So we need to knock out anybody quietly. Like we can't
And
be
the
getting
door
into
opens.
big brawls right now.
There won't be anybody down
Agreed.
here for a while because they
But
only come
only
down
as
and interview.
necessary. We don't want to make contact with anyone unless it's completely necessary, because we don't want to
Ari?
get caught out or caught.
Do you agree,
Amir? Or wait,
Ari.
what's your name?
Yeah.
Ari.
Ari? Amir's the other dwarf.
Okay, Ari.
Silence.
I promise
what
you.
I do.
I promise you, if you need to knock somebody out, we'll let you do it. But let's try to avoid them first, please.
Okay. You all leave
I
the
go-
cell.
I go out.
Let's get him out.
I unlock Amir.
Okay.
Is there
Oh
anyone
man, it's
else?
nice to be out of here.
I'm going.
You don't notice anyone
Yeah.
else in any of the cells.
I do a quick check by the cells to see if there's anything useful.
Who can see in the dark?
I can.
Me.
I have superior. dark
Can
vision.
halflings see in the dark too?
I
Oh.
I can check your
I
sheet.
can't remember.
I can check quickly.
I can pull it up real quick.
No. You cannot.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can't see in the dark either.
You cannot.
Is it dark?
I will be your eyes.
Yeah. Are there lamps or torches or anything like that?
It's like dimly lit with just like some sort of torches and what's it, sconces or something like, but it's light enough for you to see, Hubs. Yeah. Or Tam.
Okay. So I say, come on, and I approach the door that leads out where everyone's leaving. I
Uh-huh.
put my ear against it and I listen. So I'm gonna roll perception.
Yeah, roll perception check.
I got a 17.
Okay, as you put your ear to the door, and you're listening out, you definitely hear like the noises of like some guards or something out like in whatever's beyond the door, like stuff is happening out there. You hear like kind of like some laughing and talking, but it's nothing
Okay,
is distinguishable.
Okay, and so in the hallway that we're in, so the door's here. This is the hallway. Are there like torches in here?
There is, but they're like they're above reach. They're pretty high up, and they're just let me like clarify. Actually, they're not like quite torches. They're like some sort of like lit,
Like
lights,
holes?
but they're like
Okay.
stuck inside the wall.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so
Is there any? So we're just in a hallway. There's only one way in and one way out, I'm guessing.
Yep, it's a dead end behind you. Again, it's like just a room of 6 cells and then a door.
Gotcha.
okay.
Is the door locked? You might have said, but
Are you
I'm
gonna check
try
it?
the door. Yeah, I'm gonna check the door
Well-
to see if it's locked.
I have keys.
Do
Rothim-
those keys go to the outside door?
It seems like there should be more. than
So
one. It's a
you,
whole-
you go and like you checking the door and seeing if it's locked. Are you like opening it, or you?
I am.
It does
I'm
have a
just
doorknob.
turning it.
You're turning it. You're turning it and doesn't seem to have any resistance.
Okay, so this door is. We can get out, guys.
Okay.
Do we have a mirror with us?
Yeah,
Yep.
all of us are.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's
peek through.
I think I'll go first, and maybe I'll go scout
Just-
around.
Just look first.
Peek.
See what we can.
Peek through the door.
Yeah.
What,
Okay,
what
I'm
do
gonna
you
see
see?
the door. I'm looking.
As you like open up the door, and it does have like a slight creak to it because it's a pretty big like solid like oaken door, with like the knob, and like it opens. There's just like the crack, and you can see like there are like the 2 guards that are out there. One of you only have like you only have a glimpse of seeing like one. He's sitting on a chair at like a table, and there's like eating or they're playing cards. It looks like.
Are there? I want to tell if their backs are to us or what position they're.
They're kind of like perpendicular to you. So he's facing like kind of to the right. You're over to the left.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the door and I'm gonna say,
Explain. Yeah, you can explain.
Shutting the door. Tell you guys. Can Amir take one and Ari take the other?
I'm excellent at cards.
I could
Not
I could
kidding.
try to disguise myself as a guard. I don't know if we got any
Maybe.
mud or anything
I have
around
an
us.
idea.
You
I'll
don't have a
open the
disguise
door.
kit.
I'll open the door. I'll sneak out, and I'll get under the table, and then I will.
The just
push
so you
the
know,
table over.
the room that you like looked into was just about like, I mean, the guard was maybe 15 feet away, so it's pretty tight proximity. The only reason like he didn't notice you is because of like how quietly you opened the door. But if you like walk out, you probably get noticed pretty quick based on like the tight quarters of the room and his like eye field of vision.
Okay.
And you know this based on like you know kind of the judgment of your
What
perception.
if I roll
Like
a stealth roll?
you already stealthed. That's why they didn't notice the door opening.
Oh.
Let me see. Let me think.
Send your
can-
your hand out there to tip over the table.
You
I
could
can't
do an
tip over a
illusion.
table. I can
Could
do an
you-
illusion.
You could do an illusion on the other side of them and like a flash of shadow or something across.
I could. I can only make an illusion or something.
What
I
if I
could-
just
Okay.
went out
so-
there and they saw me, and I just jump on the table and start dancing or something?
You could just start running.
Wait.
But they'll,
I mean-
they'll
Wait, the
rouse
illusion-
alarm.
The illusion can be a sound. It could be a voice. It could be someone else's voice that I know. It could be.
One of the
and-
guards' name is Jed. We know the guard's name is Jed.
That's true.
You can make it sound like there's somebody calling them away. Hey,
Uh-huh.
Jed, guys, get up here. We need your help.
I could do that.
And then I'll
Or-
take the other.
Which spell are you looking at, Pat? Why what spell is that?
Minor illusion. Minor
Okay.
illusion.
Yeah, you can keep talking. While
Minor.
I can also pierce their mind with the dissonant whisper, and assault his mind with fear and
The one that's not Jed.
either one of them. Yeah, either way. But I
That sounds
can.
good to me because one will be going possibly, and then you could do that to the other guy. And in the meantime,
Well, if we have Finn just call both of them off and say, hey, come here and help. We need your help. Somebody's escaped upstairs or something like that. Then
So talking to Skyla, what's your name?
Starla.
Starla.
Starla. Did you see like the exit of this room, like where the next door is, or if it was like stairs or anything like
she didn't
that?
really see. Nope, she didn't really see.
Okay.
It, like all she could catch a glimpse of was like this little angle like this, right? And there was like the guard, and then there's like a wall. There was like maybe the glint of like a chest or a box down there, but like that's all she could see in her field of vision, and with like creaking open the door that small.
Okay, I'm gonna make the sound
We need to get-
and call Jed away.
Okay, and we need to get to that chest.
Yeah.
Were there any other keys on your ring that you got, Paxton? I mean,
There's
Ben?
no other keys. One key.
One key. Okay. I think it'll be okay. We need to get him out of here first. Okay, I'm gonna use minor illusion to make a voice appear. It's just a distance thing. It doesn't have to be within sight or anything. It's just range.
Yep.
So to make a voice appear like it's coming from beyond them, like through a wall possibly, or if there's
So you're projecting it like
Upstairs.
30 feet in front of you, like outside, like because you haven't seen
Yeah.
the room, but you're just like out
I
there.
haven't seen, I'm just projecting it 30 feet out there.
Okay.
We're in
And-
like some kind of echoey place, so you know.
Yeah, and so I figure it'll echo through whatever door or whatever
Okay.
hallway's there.
It happened.
I'm gonna say so. It's gonna be like my voice, but I'm gonna. They don't know me or anything, so it's just gonna be like yeah. So I'm gonna just yell.
It happened.
Jed! Get you and your stupid friend over here right now!
Okay. It happened.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
It
peek out
happened,
the door. Peek out the door and watch what is happening.
I'll peek.
the door opens up again. The guard that you saw a minute ago is no longer sitting there. So you don't
is
see.
there still one guy out there?
You don't know with the field of vision. You don't see anything else.
Like on sound, to hear him moving away or whatever.
We have,
Yeah, you could roll that.
Like, what?
Roll.
We don't have a lot of time.
Let me roll. I have a
14 plus 2
He's
is
rolling it. 16.
late.
Since it's happened, you hear like it's like, oh, what was that?
Do we hear
What
like
was-
chairs moving or them, like getting up or?
Nope, not anymore.
I'm just gonna motion to Starla, who's.
But
in
you do
front
hear
of
them saying like, what's going on over there? That's all you hear at this point.
I motion to her.
I'm moving. I'm moving.
Okay, I'm
All
out
right.
the door.
Okay.
You're at the door. So
She opens the
Yeah.
door enough to move in.
We start moving out.
We shuffle.
We're following behind her.
We're
all
sneaking
kind of-
behind her.
okay,
So we're
as
walking
the
into
door
the room.
as the door opens, okay, here.
I mean, obviously we had to wait enough time to kind of get them.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of like
Wait for like a
I
minute.
know.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
If there's one guy left in there, a guard, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take his keys, all of his keys. So maybe we can open that chest
Well,
in the corner.
if there's one guy in there, we're gonna have to probably kill him. to
Hold
take his
on.
I'm very sneaky.
Underestimating the sneakiness, sir.
Okay, you guys look at the stream.
Yeah.
Wait.
This is what you see.
small.
And sorry for my little face. I've tried as best I can to make this like work, but this is what you see.
That's great.
And I know it's small. So this is.
I see nothing.
You might have to wait for a second.
Yeah, like check on the stream. So the one in the green
Oh, I did.
is, and once we figure out a better way for you guys to see this, but I can
I
invite
see
you into the group here next time or something. There's a lot of things I'm still figuring out. This one is Starla. This is Ari. This is Fen. This is Arun. What was Arun's name? I'm getting that right.
Amir.
Armir. And then this is Tam.
Wait, where? Who? Which one
This
am
is
I
Tam.
again?
Bottom
Sorry, I
left
was
is
looking
Tam,
away.
right here. Yeah, I was on the wrong.
The one with the
Okay.
blue around it.
And you see,
one-
like this
okay.
over here. These are the guards as they're looking away, but this is all happening really fast now. So if you
Okay. So wait. So I see the weapon racks over there.
they're
With
looking
weapons.
away. Yep.
Well,
I move
what's on it?
over. I move over toward the weapon racks.
Did you say what's on it, Tannen?
Yeah.
Ari, you can roll a perception. Okay. And you're moving over sneakily. You have to.
Is that wisdom? I got a 20.
Yes, it's wisdom. It doesn't look like there's much on. There's one like sword there, but also you notice like on the table there's the dagger.
Okay.
I'll take the dagger.
oh, wait.
Wait. Okay. I grab. So I grab the sword. I'm there, right?
Who's the green?
The green is
Starla.
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 And the white is
Is Fen.
Me.
Vincent?
Yeah.
And like
So
the
they're
Starla
already
is
guard?
very close to this guard.
Let's just hold for a sec. Like, can we all freeze and just watch them go? Like,
They're going over
yeah,
here and they're now talking to each other like what is that like you just heard like do you see anything and like it's like I don't see anything like oh that man that was weird and like he's like kind of going over there but that's
I
what
grab
they
the
just said.
sword. I'm just holding it.
I
Grab
go
the sword.
hide behind the wall where that guard was just at. So the right,
the corner. No, the corner.
yeah,
I can't show
right
you.
by the door.
Like where he
Right by
just
the
left.
opposite hallway. Yeah, where he just left. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. I hand the sword to Ari.
I take it.
As Ari walks by, like Fen hands the sword to Ari, and Ari stands behind the door waiting. The guards are now saying like, "Oh, I didn't hear anything. I don't know. I guess it's just the mind playing tricks on us," and they're like starting to like turn around.
I point to Mroth and
I'm-
tell her to, if you like, to point.
As they turn around, roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay,
Everyone rolls initiative.
roll
I was-
initiative.
I know how, I'm just trying to like balance like doing it if yeah.
Well, that was a good roll.
17.
Okay, so just a
And
second.
then you add your
Is
initiative,
it-
which is
your
dex.
is your dexterity.
Your dexterity modifier, right?
Yeah, your dex modifier.
So my total is 6.
So just hold on for a second. Okay. Everyone. So anyone 15 to 20.
I got a 20.
Okay, so 20.
I
Fen
rolled a
20.
12. My initiative is +5, and my dexterity is +7. I don't know what the hell that means.
No. Your initiative is... You have a 20 dexterity, right? So that would be +5. Underneath the...
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So you... What did you roll?
I rolled a 12.
Well, yeah, so you're 17.
So 17. Okay. And what'd you get, Ari? Ari is 12. What'd you get? Tam.
6.
Tam is 6.
Did we get
What did our leader
surprised?
get?
Yeah.
1
Did we
second.
surprise them?
Don't we get like one turn before them or something?
Premier.
Because they're like, all of a sudden, all these dudes are...
We're just like they're like.
So or one and oh wait 1 second. I got Starla's 17. Sorry, my bad. Starla. 17.
And plus-
So what happened? This is what happened is like you guys are like sneaking into the room, and because you were in stealth mode, they didn't notice why you took the weapon off the rack and why Starla grabbed the knife off the table. But just as time was passing, as they were like communicating and turning back around, they do now see you. They are like shocked, but that's when like they are rolling initiative to see like what happened. As far as what I would. So that's kind of what I'm like ruling. As far as like stealth, like if someone would have like jumped out and attacked, that would have counted as like a stealth attack. So
Right,
this is like a regular round
But
for all intents and purposes.
Are Ari and Amir seen yet? They're
Um,
hiding, right? So they're still
the
stealth,
the guards,
technically.
yeah, they're kind of still technically stealthed, depending on what they do. But the guards are like aware that something is happening. Yes.
Yeah,
to
but
answer your
the
question.
guards,
So-
the guards see, like, they see Starla, they see Fen, and they see me, but they
Yeah.
don't see them because they're out of line of sight.
Yes, that's correct. Either way, though, it's Fen's turn.
Okay.
You had a camera
So,
frame again, Hubs.
let
Just
me-
FYI.
Let me look at where they are. So they're both kind of in that. Okay. I have no weapons. I'm gonna send a firebolt.
Do you have Firebolt? I thought you had Chromatic Orb and the other thing.
As my spells, but I have firebolt as a cantrip.
Oh, okay. What does Firebolt do?
So I need to. I send a firebolt to the.
I thought you had
guard that is-
Friends, Mage Hand, Minor Illusion, and Dancing Lights.
I have
Those are his
dancing-
spells.
Those
I
are
have-
cantrips.
My cantrips are dancing lights, minor illusion, friends, firebolt, and mage hand.
Oh, I didn't get Firebolt.
I
Okay,
get-
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Do you have 5 cantrips for your race?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them is dancing lights, which I get just for being a
Gotcha.
drow.
Nope.
So
Yeah,
it
you're
doesn't
good. You're
count.
good. I was just confirming.
Okay, so so I send firebolt to the guard that's highlighted, who's the closer one,
Yep. Okay.
or okay, yeah. So I will roll
And what is?
to hit.
Okay.
So I got a 9 to hit.
And this is like an attack roll.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up this card. It's that misses.
Okay.
So as you're like casting a firebolt, like the magical surge of energy, and he shoots it forth. The just kind of the general disorientation of like kind of this whole ordeal, though, it like shoots past the guard and hits down here, like down the corridor into the wall. It like kind of stuns him, but like otherwise no effect. Okay. Any movement?
Um.
And Starla, you're next, by the way. You're on deck.
Is there
Then
like, are there any other things, any things you can grab or throw or
I'm gonna run.
weapons?
So I
There's
fire
no other
that,
weapons on the
and then
rack.
I run over to the chest, and
Okay.
that's it. I mean, is a chest, does it have a lock on it?
It does not have a lock on it.
Okay, so I can open it as an act or as like a free action.
Yep.
Like you can open doors
Yep.
and stuff like.
Yep.
Yeah. So
You open
I
it?
open it. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
This
all I
this
can do.
chest is now opened. This one here on the left.
Okay.
Do you go into the left chest or the right chest? While you're deciding that, Starla, you go.
The left one.
Yeah. Okay.
While he was throwing the fireball, I was going over to the red chest.
You
And is it
you
open?
went to this
No,
other
it doesn't
chest.
happen.
This
Never
happens all
mind.
within the same 6-second period, but it's your turn now, Starla.
Yeah,
So you just say
Whatever
you just
you're
tell me
doing.
what you're doing. You just tell me what you're doing in your
So-
turn. You can move, you can attack, and you can do a bonus action if you have a bonus action, which I don't know if you have any.
Can I move to the other chest? The
You
right
can.
chest?
It's
I
like
can do
right
that?
next to you. So for all intents,
Yeah.
that's barely a move. But yes, you can.
Can I open it?
You can. It's now
Yeah.
opened.
I can.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna look in there. What's in there?
You look in there. There's like a smattering of like parchments and stuff, but you do see like a few like potions that are in the chest. They're
don't know if
like
they're
red,
So-
like red liquid that kind of has like a slight sheen to it. And there's 2 of them in there.
Can anybody use a potion?
Yes.
Yeah, but like just so you know, Murad, so you have like you can move, and so you open the chest like that's a free action. But
That's a
now
free
you
action.
have like 1 action, but you could still move because you haven't used all your
Yep.
movement. So you could like move up to a guard and attack if you want it.
I think that's what because I don't know
Or
what to do
or
with
you
that potion.
can,
So
or you
I'm
can
gonna.
throw your knife, or you can
You have a knife.
you have a
have a
dagger.
so you can
Okay.
Or you
attack
can like
with that.
I'm gonna
taunt the
take my
guards
knife.
and come to you, like because remember you've got the 2 dwarves next to you, so if you
Yeah.
like
Yeah. She's good. Thanks, Hub. Sorry. I'm just.
Okay, I opened that chest. I was looking for weapons that I could give to Ari and Amir, but I didn't see any. I see the potions. So
Okay.
I am gonna pull out my knife because I
It's already
figure
out. It's in your hand. Yep.
It's in my hand. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna throw it. It goes in the one guard's neck, or I hope it does.
You're throwing it into this guard's neck that was initially shot at,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you throw the knife. Roll an attack roll. It's a D20
Ugh.
plus your proficiency. Your dexterity
plus
plus,
your dex. as
plus your
well.
dexterity.
So it's gonna
My
be plus
dex-
7.
Okay, so 8 is what I rolled. My dexterity is plus 7, and
15.
That,
No,
that
your
hits.
It's plus
hits.
5 and then plus 2.
oh, my dexterity's 20. I'll have
So
to
it hits.
get better on this.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, it hits.
Now roll for
Okay.
damage, which is
Okay.
for a dagger, I believe is 1d4
it's
Yep.
1d4 piercing plus your
Plus your
proficiency.
dex.
plus your
Your
dex,
dex.
not your
Your dex
proficiency,
mod.
I
just
got
your
a
dex.
4.
You got a 4
9.
with the d4. So it's
Yeah.
that's 9 damage.
In the neck.
Okay.
So then, do I have any moves left?
You still have movement, but so the Starla takes out the knife and like throws it expertly at the guard here, like that's on the left. It like lodges into his neck, like right above like the collarbone. Like blood like starts spewing out, and he like kind of like staggers for a minute as he's just like it's starting to like kind of pour onto the wall. He obviously hit something. He's still standing, but he is just like really panicked at this point. It was definitely made like some critical damage. Okay, what else are you gonna do, Starla?
No!
I would
I'm running
Yeah,
over
let
to him
her-
and I grab my knife back out.
Uh,
Can I?
You can run back over to him. Like you already done your action this turn. For
Oh.
let's see, it's interacting with an object. I would say that like,
You get one free interaction.
yeah. So you couldn't grab, but you
you
could
and
move
your
and
use
and
that.
attempt to do it next turn.
You
Okay.
can move up to him, or you can move back.
Yeah,
and
Hobbs, it's already
let
done.
them
It's already
rush.
Yes. Oh, I
Yeah,
already
it's
did
already
it?
done.
I already moved right.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Like it's done. Okay, so it's now his turn. And he's like,
Somebody protect me.
he's like
That's
bleeding
what I'm
out
saying, you need to
profusely.
kind of protect yourself.
Well, I
Um,
didn't know that I couldn't keep going on.
See, that's why
Yeah.
she doesn't know, so you have
I know.
to kind of give her.
It's fine though. I'm giving enough. I think we're good.
No better
Um,
place to learn than.
He's
doing
like he's bleeding very profusely, and he's like going to back up. Let's see. And he goes over. Nope, this way. He goes this way. Okay, and he's just like trying to he's like hobbling away like right now, and he's like trying to like shout down the hallway, but it's just like a gurgle. It's like prisoners, prisoners, and then he uses his action to dash and gets down to there. Next is Ari's turn.
We can't see where he is.
I'll move the screen. Don't worry. But thanks for letting me know.
All right.
I have limited screen move. He's down there. That's how far he is.
During
Now
battle,
I'm gonna move back in frame where
can
Ari
you,
is.
like,
Yes.
During battle, can you like intimidate people or like persuade? Like, can you like
Yep.
do something other than?
Yes, you can. So you can always talk. You can always talk in your turn.
But you have 6 seconds.
You have 6 seconds. Yep. So you
Your
can't say a
turn
whole monologue,
lasts
but you can
6
say
seconds.
like a sentence.
Okay. Well, I rush out. I charge for the guy that's closest to me, or drawn, obviously, and
Okay.
I
And you can grapple as an action. It doesn't have to always be an attack, but
Yeah.
you have a
sorry,
weapon.
yeah.
You do have a weapon.
I do have a weapon.
I'm just saying in
Anyway,
general.
yeah, I go for a plunge. And I got to roll for that, huh?
You go for a plunge. What do you mean a plunge? You mean an attack?
Well, I stab. Yeah, I'm attacking it.
Okay, so roll your attack.
So I rolled a 10, and then I do add my strength, and then I do what? Nothing else.
You roll a 10. You add your strength plus your proficiency for an attack roll, which is 2.
Which I'm not. Oh, okay.
Are you proficient
So
in?
15.
I think you're proficient in martial weapons, so you're fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm proficient. Yeah. 15.
15 hits. So then you roll damage,
And then I
which
roll-
for
I roll.
for
my-
short sword is 1d
Yeah.
1d6 plus your strength mod.
6 plus 3 is 9.
9 damage. So like you charge towards him, like rushing around, curving around Starla, just like bull rushing into this guy. You take out the sword that you had just been handed over from Fen and like slam it in. You pierce. You plunging.
Oh, I'm
you
going
plunge
for
it
a
like
plunge.
like right into like the gut of this guy. The sheer force of it like knocks him back into like this back wall, in the curvature of this thing here.
I'm
And
going
the
for
force of your body takes you forward a little bit as he's just kind of like pinned against this thing. He's still alive, but he's just like, oh, and he's just again like stuck there. Okay.
And then I yell at him, "Where are our things?"
Make an intimidation roll with advantage.
Wait, advantage he rolls 2, right?
He rolls twice, and you take the higher number.
I rolled a 20 my first roll, so
That's
You rolled a natural 20.
A critical intimidation.
So like I mean this guy he's there, he's like obviously like kind of near death, like bleeding out, and he's just like because he's like bought out as a mercenary, his allegiance is like very fragile, and he says like they brought all your stuff. It's in the captain's quarters. It's in the captain's quarters. Don't
On the
do anything
ship?
else. And he's just like freaking out. Nope, he's just at the captain's quarters. Okay.
then I pat him on the head.
Kind of like
Close his eyes.
he's still,
still
Armir.
With your free action.
It's Armir's
Put
turn.
him out of his misery.
Armir's like gonna come over here. And he's just like And the guard is just saying like, no, please don't. And so Amir comes over there and just like attempts to grapple him. It's not killing him because this guy is just like pleading for like a quarter.
Would Amir not try to go for the one that's running?
Amir is helping his clansmen. I don't know. I have to think of a lot of things. But Amir like attempts to grapple him. And but the guy just kind of like, oh wait, I gotta do that. Two. Oh, okay, yeah, he is disadvantage. The guy in the wall has disadvantage. Like I for a second he just like made a stupendous roll. I'm like, how are we gonna explain that? But he's got disadvantage. So Amir like grabs this guy and currently is like pinned to the wall still. So. Okay, that's and Amir makes an intimidation check against the guard running away and says like, "Stop right there!" It's like, "We have your friend. You better stop too." The guard rolled a natural 20 and is still like not listening.
He's still going.
He's still going. Yeah, Amir rolled really good, but not natural 20 good. Okay, it is now
My turn.
It's guard 2's turn. Guard 2 for his turn. He just like throws down his sword and he's like, please spare me. And that's all he does on his turn. It's Tam's turn.
Okay,
Tam, you're just out of frame. Oh nope, don't want to move that. There you are. Okay.
So I don't know how far these distances are.
It's about, each square is about 5 feet. Like, or like, so this is a square. Like I have the grid off.
Yeah.
Well, I want to put the grid off on purpose. I don't like looking.
I can kind of see the grid.
But this room is about 30 feet across.
Okay, so I'm gonna rush up next to Starla.
Okay.
And cast Dissonant Whispers onto the running guard, which has a range of 60 feet.
And you barely have line of sight on him, so yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, cast it.
Yeah, remember, how do I cast again?
Dissonant Whispers, we just have to see if it's an attack cast or if it just casts against Constitution. It might be a Constitution saving.
It says it's a Wisdom save. It's casting time 1 action.
Yep, okay.
So you
It's a
have a
wisdom
spell
save.
save
Yep.
DC,
Yeah.
which is gonna be like
So check what your spell save DC is, and I'll
it's
roll
gonna
the
be
Wisdom
10
save.
plus your modifier for whatever you use. You use charisma.
Yeah, it's 13.
Yeah, so he'll have to roll something against that.
Okay.
And then what's my
And
spell
what's it do
attack
if he's
bonus?
saved? Is it like halved or is it like full damage if it's saved? Dissonant Whisper.
It's halved if he's saved.
Okay, so roll for damage.
Well, so first it goes, the target must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
So I don't have a spell attack bonus, right?
No.
'Cause
He got an
Yeah.
18. He got an 18.
Okay, so
So-
let me roll my damage here.
So you roll for damage and then it's halved.
On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage. Okay.
So you just roll whatever it says for damage and then we'll have it. Rounding up.
So 8, 11 damage, half.
Okay, so he takes 6 damage. As he's like stumbling down the hallway, like the Dissonant Whispers like hits him, and in his head he grabs his head, and he's already like bleeding from like above his collarbone, and he's just like, oh, and you can see him like visibly struggling with like this thing that's going, this inner turmoil, as he just like and slumps down to the ground. Okay. Who was? Oh, I set down my initiative sheet here. Half a second.
I was first.
Okay, you're first. It's the next round.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in that.
Oh, sorry.
chest,
Let's.
I have
That was your action and your movement hubs. And are you doing anything else? You can say something,
don't.
basically. Okay.
I don't really have anything else to say.
All right. Yep. Fen.
So in the chest that I opened, is there anything there? What, or what's in
There's it's similar to the chest adjacent to it. There's but there's just like one potion in there. It's the same like kind of red hue. It's got like a slight molassesy viscosity, but it's just one
Okay.
potion among some other
grab-
just like garbage,
Yeah.
parchments,
I
etc.
pocket the potion.
Okay.
And Amir was successful in grappling the guy, right?
He is
Guard
grappled
two.
and pinned. He is like incapacitated,
Okay.
and the other guy is down.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna walk out next to Amir and look kind of like where that hallway leads, like because I can't really see.
Make an acrobatics check to see if you can get through this tight corridor between these two.
Okay. It's 11.
Okay, you managed to like squeeze through, and now you're standing here. And what were you checking?
Just looking down the hallway, like where that leads, like where the guy ran.
You see like kind of a just I'll move the screen here, but you see just like a blank hallway with like some corners and corridors. Oh, sorry, just this is what it looks like. It's just like a straight shot hallway with like a slight bend, and he's down here just like slumped down on the ground. Besides that, there's just like the same kind of like lighting that has been throughout the rest of the cave so far, but that's all you notice.
Yeah. So I can't quite make it to him, right? How far?
You can go about to here, another few feet ahead, just under our mirror.
Okay. Okay, did the guard 2 have a weapon? Or what
He
weapons did
does.
have?
They
I
both
guess
have
it's like
what
a
appear to be
sword.
short swords. Yes. This
Okay.
guy dropped his short sword. It's like on his right over here, to his right of him.
Okay. Well, I'll just walk ahead down the hallway, like
Okay.
towards the guard as far as it can go.
Yep.
And then I will ready my firebolt. So if anyone, because he called some guards, so if anyone comes running in, I'll be ready to blast them
Okay.
as a reaction. So the trigger will be
Starla.
if anyone walks in.
Got it. Yep. Good to know. Starla.
Is anybody still alive and talking? Is that one
The guard is just sitting there. It's kind of just like up to you guys what you do with him at this point. And
Are we still in
gonna-
combat?
it just depends what you choose to do with him.
I think I'm gonna ask him where the left hallway leads. We want to find the captain's quarters, maybe.
Okay, so you're gonna come talk to him.
Yeah.
So we're out of initiative.
If you're not killing him this minute, then yes.
What is initiative?
He's
Do I
bleeding
need
out.
to know?
Initiative, that was like the battle. So like everything was happening in like 6-second rounds. Now it's kind of like freeform again, where you guys can like kind of talk again and see what you're gonna do next. So
Like we have to take turns.
I'm gonna assume that he's still just like kind of held against his will against the wall. He's dropped his sword. He's still got this sword like plunged in his chest. He's like quickly bleeding out, and you're going and asking him what, Starla?
Where's the captain's quarters?
He in his like he's very hazy. He's obviously not doing very well. He like kind of like waves back towards this room, right where you guys just I know it's hard to see, bear with me. He waves back to the room that you're just in, where the table and all the stuff was in there. This is like, it's like down the hallway, down that way.
Should we?
So as you can see, there's this corridor here
questions?
that you saw. Okay.
Should we heal this dude and try to interrogate him a little bit?
Yes.
Sure. I mean, if we can get any kind of little information from,
Or should we
do
just?
we,
Yeah, we can bring him with us
what
for a little.
I want to. What are the red potions? Do you know?
They're healing potions.
Do you want one?
Please, spare me.
Okay, I grab a healing potion out of the chest, and
Wait.
but
Do
You guys
grab
you guys
all of them?
watch him.
there was two. Which chest? Because the one on the left is already looted.
Yeah.
The chest on the right has 2 potions.
Chest on the right.
I'll grab the 2 that are in the chest on the right.
Yep.
If
Okay.
there's nothing, and as I'm rummaging, is there anything else of value to grab in here?
Nothing else of value.
Trash.
Okay. So I bring a thing, and you guys keep your eyes on him. Keep your
I'm
swords
holding
drawn
his
on
arm.
him, and I'm gonna help. Pour some
So you-
healing potion down his throat.
And he like takes the healing potion. Let's see. How do we? It's 2d4 plus 2. I'll roll. Okay, so he's like revived. Does he still have like a sword in him?
His
Well,
sword
no.
fell on the ground.
We
No.
pulled the
Does
sword
he
out
have
of
a
his
sword?
gut.
He doesn't have a sword in his gut. Okay.
It is
I was asking
like,
Ari.
like heals around his belly.
Okay, so he's like there's like the magical like energy from the potion like kind of like patches him up a little bit, and he's doing definitively better, and he's sitting there just kind of like
Fen.
breathing heavily.
And I point to Fen. Fen, go check the other one.
Okay, I go up to the other one who has fallen after that
Uh-huh.
mind attack, and I approach him. I grab him and check for a pulse.
He is as best you can tell, he's dead. He's dead.
Okay. I see if there's anything of value on him. I take his, and then see if there's anything of value, like a note, or like keys, money.
He has the same key. He has a key on him that looks to be the same shape and everything as what you already have. And that was like on his belt. Besides that, he has 15 silver coins.
Okay, I'll take those.
And he's got a sword too.
And there's
right?
the
Yeah,
sword,
I
and he's
took
got
his
leather
sword.
armor.
Okay.
We
I
can't
don't-
really address him right now, but yeah.
No. Okay.
It takes a few minutes to don armor. I mean,
Yeah.
and it takes
so
I think 10 minutes to doff it.
Yeah.
Can
He's
we?
dead. I tell him he's dead. He's
Can we?
dead.
Can we pull his? What do you see over there? What else? What else do you see down that hallway?
Okay, just I'll scan.
What-
but
what
as
do
you're
you like
looking,
to see?
basically you see this. So you're down here. I just didn't move your character. He's dead right here, and you see like this is like a blockaded, square corridor here, or corner.
Right. So there's nothing in there.
Nothing in there that you can see.
Bring
Okay.
it. Bring his body back here. We don't want to just leave his body out there.
Okay. Yeah, I grab his body and drag him back to the others. And I tell them there's nothing. It's just a corner. There's nothing there. But there's a hallway that leads up.
Which way's the way out?
The guard is like, he's feeling a little better, but he's like, the way out. So there's a few different ways you can go. There's different passageways, but we can either keep going down this hallway or through the door in the kitchen, the dining hall.
No, I'm gonna.
But
I'm
the
gonna
way
talk
out
to
is
him.
still quite a ways away from here.
Jed. We don't want to kill you like
Is this
we
one
killed-
Jed?
Yeah, I think so. Because Jed was the one that we stole the key from. The other guy had his keys
Oh, yeah,
too.
the other-
That's what I'm assuming. I don't know.
This is Jed.
For flavor's sake, was it?
It is
I
Jed.
It was Jed. Okay. Jed, and this is like a persuasion, or you know what I mean, like we don't want to kill you like we had to kill your friend. So you need to be honest with us, and you need to be quiet unless we ask you a question.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Roll intimidation, with advantage.
So roll 2.
Yep.
I don't think, at least.
Intimidation or persuasion?
Intimidation.
I was trying to persuade him.
I think the state of mind he's in and stuff, like I'm gonna count this as an intimidation based on your relationship with him. You just stabbed him, like
So it'd be
Yeah.
19.
okay.
We're on a name.
It's like
we're on a name
I'll be
basis,
quiet.
though.
I'll be quiet. I swear. I'll be quiet. I swear.
Good.
Now, just to think, I'll say this because we're like pretty new players here. You can roll a deception check on him. to see if he's lying.
To see if he's lying. Is that
So,
is it
so
a
in the
deception
future,
check
in the
to see if
future,
he's
remember this. You
lying?
can do that.
No. Deception check is to deceive somebody. A perception check is
Perception.
for an
yes,
insight
you're
check,
right. Yes,
or is
insight.
it insight?
It's in.
It's insight.
It's insight. It's insight. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, deception is to lie. Insight is to check.
So I'll roll an insight
Okay,
check. to
roll
see
an
if he's
insight check.
telling us the truth. Is it with advantage still?
Nope, not advantage. This is just regular. Because you're trying to like read him. There's nothing different on his facial expression based on like the circumstances. You know what I mean?
It's a 7.
It's a 7. He seems like he's telling the truth.
Probably is anyway, because he's got doesn't have
Okay.
much incentive to lie right now. Otherwise he'll die. But I'm
What
thinking-
else? What else are we doing?
So he said that the captain's room was behind us,
Yeah,
and the other way is the way out.
let's go get our stuff.
Yep.
Is
you,
the
you hear,
captain?
you hear
who
stuff
else
down
is
the hallway.
here? Who else
Who
is here?
There's a few of us guards still on. A lot of the garrison is out. There's still a few guards. I don't know exactly how many.
I think we need to go get our stuff.
I don't know. I swear.
All right.
Okay, I say okay. So we need to hide this other guard's body, and we need to go check and find our stuff.
And what
So
do we do with Jed?
I say we throw the other guard's body into one of these jail cells.
Should we
can
hide
have somebody.
Jed?
We can bring Jed with us, or we can put him in a jail cell. But if he goes in a jail cell, he might yell, but they probably will ignore him anyway.
It's true.
Or
If
we can bring him with us.
If we bring him with us, if he gets any hint of courage, he'll turn on us. Maybe not.
But he could be. He could help us out.
And
he could help us
remember-
get out.
Remember, we did heal him too. Like, so we hurt him, but we also
I remember
brought
all
him back.
things.
We didn't just let him die.
So what are you gonna do?
Thanks. Okay,
Are
I'm
there
gonna
any
take
handcuffs?
this other body, and I'm gonna bring him down and throw him into one of the cells.
Okay, so you're taking this
The
body.
rest of you guys can do that. I grabbed one of the set of keys and brought him back and locked his body into one of the cells. One of the cells that the cell that Amir was in is the one I put him in.
Okay, he's in there.
I give Amir my sword.
The one
His
that you picked
heel.
up from this guard too. Okay,
The one that I picked up. Yeah. You
And
can
then
Amir has it.
use this-
Amir
what
has a
about-
sword. It's like thank you.
What
Yep.
about Jed's sword?
Starla,
Where's
grab
the
the
sword
Starla.
that
Nobody has it.
I threw in the neck?
You took
Oh, yeah.
you took that out, so you have that back.
Okay.
So
So we'll
there-
see. Yeah,
there should
you,
be-
you
So
have
Starla
the
has it.
dagger back. Yep.
There's still
The
there's still one more sword on the ground that was.
There's still
Jed's.
one more sword on the ground. Who do you want to give that to?
Tam, you should take it. I'm not very handy with swords.
Yeah, I'll take the sword.
Again, you hear noises down the hall,
Which
but
hall?
nothing. As best as you can tell, it's coming from the southern. That down the corridor that the guard was running down.
Let's run the
Jed,
other way.
what are the experiments, or where do they do them?
Let's get out of here before we keep interrogating him, because people are coming.
The
I don't wanna go
experiment.
the wrong way.
Let's.
He does say the experiments. He like gestures down the hall that the other guard was like running down. It's like you can find it down that way. It's a ways away.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, let's try to
take
get.
us to the captain's quarters.
Is that what we're doing?
We're
Yeah.
gonna encounter people.
I'm going. I need my things.
Is
Okay,
anyone
he's
in the
going.
captain's quarters right now?
He said there's.
It's like I don't know.
there's gonna be some guards.
A lot of the garrison's gone. I'm not sure if the captain stayed behind or not. He doesn't know.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm
you're heading
gonna run up
down
the hall.
the hallway to the captain's quarters.
I'm running faster than everybody else because I'm
You're
sneaky.
actually slower than everyone else.
Stealthy.
You.
Well, they're dragging a guard and whatnot, and plus they're all talking. So
Okay, so. I'm sorry. I'm
on the
trying to see this on the screen. I don't have a fog of war yet or anything, so for all intents and purposes, you see just what I tell you you see. So and also for the sake of like speed, I'm going to just take one figure, because this isn't meant to be super. I'm going to take it. Ari is the biggest
Can you not-
figure here.
Can you not drag and drop?
Oh, I
Or, like,
can.
drag. and grab all of them?
Yeah, it's just difficult. Okay, so this is what you see is there's a door here and a door here, and the guard points and tells you that the captain's quarters is that this door here, and this way straight ahead is into the dining room and kitchen, etc.
So the door on the right is the captain's. Sorry, because it's
The door on the right
so-
is the captain's. Yes. No. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You can ask those questions. It's fine. This door.
Can I
here.
roll another insight on this?
Insight to see if he's lying?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Or does anybody else want? Let's see. Oh, that was a critical failure.
Critical failure.
It was just a one.
Yeah,
Like, so I just didn't learn
Again,
anything,
like
right?
you just you can't read him at all. Like you're just like you don't know. I mean, you have nothing other to go off of than his word, but you can't read him at all.
Okay.
All right. Well, I go to the captain's quarters. That's where I want to go. Is he in front of me or like pushing him in front of me? or
He
something?
cannot fit in front of you if you're going to the captain's quarters door. It's just this one spot here. There's one
Oh,
square.
So I'm in front of him.
So our mirror has him still accosted back here. Hey,
Oh.
here's the captain's door.
Yeah. I go in. I open it.
It's locked. It doesn't open. You grab the handle. It doesn't budge.
Where's the key?
It's like I don't have the key. Like I don't know. I don't carry one. Captain carries one, but not I.
Jed, is there an armory around here? Close?
Best place for any something like that is up in the barracks. Barracks is north of the dining room.
Was there a fork on the table back in the where they were sitting?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I pick a lock with a fork?
You can sure try.
For reals? I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna run back and I get a fork and I give it to
Well,
Muscles up there.
You
I
give
know
it to
you
Ari.
have a lock.
I mean,
What am I
Bend-
gonna do with this?
No food.
I want you to bend it so there's just one
Oh.
thing pointed out.
Okay.
I bet
He
Thank
does
you.
that.
Okay, I'm gonna.
No
take it
strength
and
check
I'm gonna
required.
I'm gonna try to pick the lock. At least.
Okay,
see.
roll a
Can
d20.
she get past us? Because she's tiny.
Yeah. We're assuming that like in this that there's no.
We can move around and
you can.
freely.
Plus,
you
I
can
can
take
go
some
in
time
half
to-
spaces. I think I rolled a natural 20.
You rolled a natural 20. Okay, let me see.
Critical pig!
What? Let me ask you this as well. What is your modifier to that though?
Tell me where to find it, and I'll be good.
Should
It's
be your
your
dex
it's your dex. Isn't it sleight of hand?
My sleight of hand is +5.
I don't,
No.
I don't
My
think
dexterity-
there is. I don't think there is a modifier.
Okay.
If she was using tools, then it would be her proficiency bonus. But
Yeah, that's
I
right.
don't know if that counts as a tool. But other than that, it's just like it's just a straight up dice.
It's
on-
like
Okay.
an improvised tool.
So just tell me. What was your dexterity again? It's 5, right?
Can I show you something?
Yep.
My dexterity
may.
on here is +5.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine.
Dexterity over here is a proficiency, and it's +7.
That's because
That's
that's
your saving
proficiency
throw.
plus the
That's your
plus
saving
5.
throw. So that's your
okay.
dexterity saving
So,
throws because
yeah.
your proficiency's added to that. So that's fine. Okay. So the 12
it.
gods
Open
smile upon you. You take this like modified like pick lock that was bent into shape from a fork, and you insert it into the lock, and you just like you tell everyone to be quiet. You shush them because you want like absolute stillness as you like feeling like for these pins in this lock, and you like and it's just like there's something about it that like you kind of almost have like an attunement with the door for a second as you're like really you're listening and put your ear there to it, and it like it gives and the door opens.
Okay. I turn around and I'm like,
Fork shit.
I'm in shock. And I take that fork and I stuff it down my shirt because I'm going to keep it for later.
You now have a fork.
Okay. Um,
Fork pick.
Now it's a tool.
I'm deciding if I should go in or not, or if I should send in somebody with more brawn, but I think I'll open it.
We're all
stealth?
going in. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just file in.
Let's just file in.
Are you rolling stealth again?
We probably should.
Roll stealth again.
Yeah, I motioned to
At
get.
least.
Whoa, much worse. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Plus your proficiency.
Plus
Or
your
that
proficiency.
Is that my skill?
Yeah, so go down to that. See
It's
the
your stealth.
down there?
It's the stealth button.
Okay, 13. 13.
Armir rolled
Yes.
really bad.
I got 17.
Okay.
I got 18.
Ben? Or not Ben, sorry.
12.
You got okay. Sounds good. This is what you see. Are you walking into the room? You know, like I'm assuming like cautiously, just for the sake of like time here.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm walking in very cautiously, and do I smell anything? Do I?
Okay. This is what
Because
happens.
I don't even know if this is the captain's quarters. Hoping
I'm gonna again, like I'm assuming that everyone is like in the same train here, formation wise. It's
Yeah.
a one. So just again, like I'm just keep things moving a little bit. So you peer in and you see a room. Looks like this. There's the door on the opposite side across from the table, and in the center is like a table. As you walk into here, it just has the same kind of musk of the dungeon that's been prominent throughout this whole experience down here. So no other new smells or whatever. But you see a table with chairs. It's kind of set up as like a war room almost, or like a council room is what it like appears to be. And there's some like parchments and stuff on the table. There's no one in the room. There's the door across the hallway that is closed, and then there's like this wall here that looks like to be to some sort of like adjacent room. So this is a doorway right here underneath my portrait, and a door
it
here
doesn't
across
appear
the hall.
that anybody's in there. Do any of you guys know how to
And
make light?
yeah, I'm when you said you're smelling stuff, I'm assuming you're like listening. You don't hear anything out of the ordinary too. And the
Yeah.
noises that you heard from before from the back hallway have like you're far enough away that you don't hear anything back there either.
I say we shut the door behind us. Maybe.
Okay, do you tell that back to them?
Let's file in. Let's get in here and see.
Let's go in.
Okay,
See if we
Yeah,
can.
come on, guys.
File
Come
in and start
I'll bring you.
let's-
I'll do that
looking
here.
around. Looking around for my weapons.
Again, just assume that you're all in here in the time being while I get you over here. So this is what it looks like. You don't see into this room, but there's a door here. There's a door here, and the door back there you guys closed.
Is this it? So on the far right, is that a wall? Is that open?
This is a wall.
Couldn't we? No,
This
I'm
is a
saying on
door.
the-
Sorry, go ahead.
That's a door there. I can't.
This is-
the
this is a
screen's
door.
So delayed, I can't tell.
Yeah, I know. The thing to the right that's open up with the two squares is a door,
Okay.
Okay.
And,
I just
and
don't
it's
have a
closed?
door.
And it's closed.
and it is closed.
Okay.
I asked the guy, "Is this the captain's quarters?"
It's like, aye, this is it.
Okay. So there's a door kind of to the left, right?
Yep.
Is it? I go and open it.
Okay, you go. It's not locked. It opens up.
Okay. So I open it. Is there anyone in there?
It is empty. There is as you open the door, you see like it's a small like private room. There is a chest at the bottom, like what's it called, a bed chest or whatever they call it, a footlocker.
Like a trunk.
Yeah, footlocker. And then there's like the bed itself, which is well made and well kept. There's a chair with like some notes and parchment on it, and then there is like a dresser.
Okay.
Well, let's look around. Let's take. Maybe I'll read the notes.
I go open that chest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Open the chest.
You go to the chest. The chest is locked.
Okay. Is there like Is there a key on
Okay.
the desk or anything?
You're looking for a key over in the desk, while Ari is going over here and smashing it. Roll a strength check, Ari. Are you smashing it with your fist?
Your sword.
The sword's not gonna work really, right?
You
Smash
can try
with
to
your
pry
fist?
it open or something,
Well, I smashed it with my
or you
fist.
can smash with your boot or something.
just at it.
Okay.
You could, like
Just
kick
saying.
it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I rolled a 12 plus 3 strength plus.
You could do like an athletics.
No. It's just like raw strength. We'll say it's just your raw strength.
So 15.
Are you proficient in athletics?
I'm proficient in strength.
Athletics is more like jumping, so we'll say 15.
I am proficient.
We're
in
gonna. I don't. Athletics is like jumping, etc. I'm just gonna take this as a raw strength check. But you do like smash it. The crate isn't that strong, so it has like a small like. It's just kind of like commercial. It's not like industrial like the the other stuff or whatever. And it shatters open. Contents like spilling out. Which there's like the glitter of gold.
He didn't look and see what type of safe it was before he tried to smash it. They didn't like it had like an iron safe or a wood safe or a crate.
Oh man, I'm getting better at the characters. But Fen finds like a small key over on the desk.
I got it.
But and you get the feel like this room wasn't very well like locked down, like the door that you've already opened. This is where he like even though there is like stuff in here, like and there's apparent the valuables in this chest, like the other doors are much more heavily locked, but you already got in.
I'm gonna go look at
So
this.
wait, what came out of the crate?
What comes out of the crate? Are you ready? This is all the good stuff.
Boy.
You get
Way to go, Ari.
2,043 copper, 1,020 silver. You get eight gems of various like shapes and sizes. You get a ring. So write all this down. This is Ari writing it down.
I'm a ring.
You just smash it like.
And I can tell you again afterwards, but you get a small ring, two rolled up parchment scrolls that looked very important, and a small container that contains some sort of dust.
Container of dust. Okay.
That's it. And there's like that was
copper and silver.
2,043 copper,
2,043
1,000
copper.
1,020. I think it was 1,020 silver, 8 gems of various hues, colors, etc.
I start grabbing as much as I can.
Yep. Yeah, and you have it all. Yeah.
Oh, I pocket those suckers.
Yeah, all these like we're gonna kind of base this off the assumption that you can like carry all this coinage and stuff. Like we're making that exception, even though you don't have like your
Bags or...
backpacks and stuff right now.
Tam, were you gonna do something, Jeff?
Holding it with my cane.
I was gonna go over to this other door and see if I could explore beyond it.
Okay, because there's still like papers on this desk. I checked to see if there's like any notable notes or maps or
any notable
letters.
notes. I've been building this dungeon like crazy. This is actually 1,000. This is in my notes. It's just not here, and I apologize. But there is a chest over here. An actual like chest. Anyway, sorry. That is in my notes. I didn't realize it wasn't mapped. Okay. What? And it's fine.
So
what did you looking for, Fen?
What?
What were you looking for? For maps or something?
Like his desk. Yeah. If there's anything that says anything important or that looks important, or that is.
Okay. So first off, what we do, like I'm gonna take Tam's action to like look in this chest. This does actually happen to be like all of your gear and supplies. So you can, for all intents and purposes, everything that you had written on your character sheet is back into your inventory. Okay. Along that, Starla also has a fork now. So you kind of
dagger.
you gear back up.
Sword now too.
So you have the stuff that was already on your sheets. Your armor is here. Like again, for the sake of brevity, well, there's like and a few like stacks of like equipment here or chests here that like contain like all this equipment that you guys had, which was a lot of stuff. And And we won't get into the story reasons of why all of your equipment magically appears there after they raided a ship. Like, I thought about whether like some of it should just sink in the sea or whatever. I'm gonna let you have your equipment. Breaking the fourth wall. Okay. Now as what's that?
It doesn't
I said
necessarily have
how
to be all
how
art.
magnanimous of you.
I know.
That's-
As you go over here to the desk, you do find a note. Let me find the
What's
note.
it say?
What's it say?
I can't read.
Where? It's not quote one. We'll have all these loaded, ready to go. Note. There it is. There it is. I found it.
Okay, wait. Read it slow for me.
Someone want to read it when you get the loaded on the screen? This is Fen actually.
Oh.
Fen reading this, and you can read it out or you can read it to yourself. Everyone else, I have a system in the future that only the person getting the note will be able to read it, but like for this one, I don't have it that quickly yet. So Fen,
So
I'm
it
assuming that
says-
you're reading this out to everybody.
Yeah. So it says.
Hopefully you can read it.
Andra, is that his name?
Androy with the silent S.
Andro. Yeah.
Andro.
The raiding mission was a success. We attacked the Fortune Seeker and captured the 4 hostages. None of the crew were spared. The ship was scuttled. If our experiments prove full, I will transport them to Krios for more permanent holding. Until then, I will continue to
Dot
flip
dot
it
dot.
over.
It's
Oh.
blank.
Continue
it.
to what?
That's all you get. That's all you wrote. And you
is
pocket
there
the note.
anything of worth on the table out in the front?
You go
There
over
were
to the
papers
table.
there.
There's papers there. You shuffle
I
through
was
them.
reading some of those.
You were reading them or
While you were
attempting to,
gone.
but you couldn't read any of them because they are all in a language you do not understand.
Is it a...
Is it
Do you guys
it's
understand
not-
this
it's
language?
not Elvish?
It's not Elvish.
And it's not human.
It's not common.
I'm gonna roll a
History?
insight or history.
Go with history check. Just because that's
I'll
what
roll
I'm
a history
gonna call it.
to see if I
Recognize the language.
I got an 18.
Okay. Through your travels and experience, yeah, you specifically would actually recognize this potentially as it is the language of the Underdark.
Oh,
He's a drow.
Do you speak that? I don't think you speak that when I checked your sheet. If your sheet that you gave me is correct, you do not speak it. You speak Elvish and Common.
Shouldn't he speak
Yeah,
it? Because
I mean, I did live in the. I mean, I don't know if I should explain to you guys, but
yeah, you
I
don't have
did.
to.
So like you based on your experience, you lived there.
Like, yeah, this is from the Underdark.
Yeah, but you don't understand. So you recognize it,
You
but
know
you're
it,
not
Elf?
proficient.
What is it?
I
What's it
recognize
say?
the characters, but I can't read it.
Should have gone to school.
Sorry.
But yeah, there are some papers there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
well,
that's it. That's it's just like on the table. It's those papers.
There's another room back there. I think I'm gonna go look in that other room. I guess.
To the left or forward to the right.
Yeah, to the left, the one with the little small opening.
that was the one with the crate
Oh,
that we already searched.
Yeah, the one that I.
But it
Yeah,
had-
that's this room here, Starla.
oh, well, okay.
That's
Well, there's
searched
a
up.
door that has 2 squares that was locked.
Oh, back the original
The
door.
door on the right. No. The door on the right of the here by the
Thi-
chest.
This door is locked, and it goes out to something. Is that where you're going, Starla?
To be honest, I have a real hard time reading the map. But yeah, this door right there with the 2 squares.
The 2 squares. So the door to the right. So you go over to that
the right.
door, and it is locked, but is locked from the it has a mechanism to unlock it from this side, so you can unlock those doors.
Now have my lock picking tool.
Sorry. You can't
just
unlock
lock
it
it.
without the lockpicking tool.
It's
It's like you're in the bathroom.
yeah.
You can
We're on
unlock
the
it from
inside
outside.
of the lock.
Yeah, you can. You're on the side where you can unlock it.
Oh, I'll unlock it then.
Yep, it's unlocked.
I listen to the door, see if I can hear anything.
Roll a perception.
I got a 7, and then I think I add +4.
Okay. As you're listening through the door, you can't
11.
discern anything. It just sounds like the noise of the dungeon or what you're in. Like it just sounds regular.
Well, I'm gonna slowly open the door
Okay.
and look. And
Gotta click the door next. As you slowly open the door and look out. Let me grab the move. This is what you see, and everyone roll initiative again.
Oh, nice.
Boop, boom.
Is
And
that
I've
with
got
a
the-
20?
Yep.
Yeah. That means we're entering battle.
So
Bad roll.
we're all
As the-
dressed in our stuff, right? Like we all.
Did you guys
yeah,
take time
yeah.
to dress in your stuff?
Well,
I'm
we
gonna.
never
I'm gonna.
said
We passed out all our stuff, but I thought that I.
So
did, but
let's
everybody's talking.
you assume it takes a few minutes to put on stuff. I'll say that like what Tam has his stuff on. Who else
I'm
like
ready to
took a
go.
few minutes to put on your stuff?
Well,
I don't have any
Specifically
armor, so
looking.
Yeah, me neither.
Did you put
I
on your
don't
stuff,
wear-
Ari? Like, did you think to put it on? Like in your head? Like, is that something you would have done?
I mean, I just have a cape. But I grabbed my axe.
Okay, so you're and
So I-
Starla.
it just takes a
Yeah, we'll
second.
assume that Starla and sorry, Tam are have their armor on. Yes. Everyone roll initiative again. Sorry.
I got 16.
11?
19.
Just a second.
Do
Just
I add
when we roll initiative, just roll them and then I'll call it out. Just as an FYI, that'll help me.
Yeah, Mom, you do add your initiative to your roll. So
Yes.
when he asks, you just give him the total.
Okay. Who is 15 to 20?
I am. I got
Okay.
19.
Ben is
Fen.
19. What's the next increment? 10 to 15. Oh, what were you, Nick? Starla?
They both got
Six-
15.
16.
I got 16 as well.
Okay. We'll say that Starla being in front of the door goes first, just because like that. I'll just make that call that she is like closer to the action, so she goes first there. Followed closely by Pam. What did you get, Ari?
3.
3.
Total?
Yeah, total. I rolled a 1.
You idiot.
Maybe I took a long time putting on my.
Okay, got it.
Counting my
Okay,
silver pieces.
Fen goes first. What are you gonna do, Fen? And you are over.
Well, what do I see? What's...
So, well, yeah, that's a good question. Like, this isn't like a surprise round. Like, in fact, actually, Starla should have been like the only one to like really roll initiative. But for the sake of this, because we've already rolled, I'm gonna assume that Starla like said like, oh, there's said something. So, but you do not see anything.
Okay, well,
You
I
see
will...
you see this corridor that's empty here. You see this like middle pillar.
Okay. So she says, "Boop." I walk over next to her to see for myself.
You still don't see anything. Like from her vantage point, she can like see this guy right here. You can barely not see. I mean, like I'm gonna say that you can't see him like there. So this is covering
Okay, well,
it,
I advance until like.
which is there. You can now see this guy.
Okay. I fire my crossbow at him.
Okay, roll attack.
I got a natural 20. So that's double damage.
Yep. Okay, roll that.
So that is Okay. So that is 4 times 2, 8 damage.
8 damage. You pull out your crossbow. You like take aim on the soldier that's like down the hall and like readying his weapons to like start to engage you. You shoot, and it like it hits him like right in his like his left shoulder, and just like he's like ah, and he like grunts in pain as the arrow pierces through the armor, and like again like you see the soiling of the blood start to spread through the cloth.
Okay. So I'm standing at that corner. I just fired. I roll like along the wall, like to get out of the way.
Rolling like upward.
I mean, no. I just like
Back into
so
the room.
I go back into the room. So left 1 square and down a square.
Okay, and roll an acrobatics.
No, not.
I'm just like moving. I'm just moving.
Okay.
Just like
He said he
turning
rolled.
out
I
of
just.
the-
He's like.
I spun. Like,
Roll acrobatics. Roll acrobatics.
I got a 5.
That's 5. You like kind of like are gonna like pirouette around the corner, but instead you just like you kind of just like turn around and like walk back over. It looks very uncool. Okay. It's guards.
That's
He's
my.
like he didn't roll a 1 and like fall and impale himself on his own crossbow.
break his nose on the corner.
So that's what I do.
Okay, it's this guard's turn next, and he like rushes in, and this is the first person he sees and notices like is oh man, I'll get your names better, I promise. But Starla, so he sees Starla, he rolls an attack. Starla, what's your AC? Or actually, you don't have to tell me. Let me see. It's
I have a
he got
question.
11. Yes.
So if he walks into her.
Nope, it's not a
Does he get
reaction
a
hit.
10?
That's if they walk out.
Okay, I can't remember. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Or if they walk by, right?
Yeah, if they walk into range, it's whenever they walk out of range.
Yeah, so whenever they walk out.
Unless
Okay,
they-
so what's your
unless they use the
he got an
disengage.
11. What's your AC? What's
what
your
is
AC on
AC?
Starla? It's on
Your
the top
armor
left
class.
of your top middle-ish of your sheet.
13.
13. So he comes up with his sword, but he's like still like kind of encumbered because of the crossbow bolt that's like embedded in his shoulder. So he makes a swing over at you, but because he was like running down the hall and like these things, you definitely dodge out of the side and like whiffs by, and he's just like kind of a little bit like staggered. It's Starla's turn.
So he staggered, and I rolled by, and then I take my dagger out, and I what?
What weapons do you have? Because now you have both your normal weapons.
I have a regular knife. I have the knife that I got from the other room and then I have a bow and arrow. But I'm gonna take my
Okay,
one
so
knife.
you don't have like a short sword or other weapon. You just have daggers.
Yeah.
No, I have a sword and a dagger.
So what are you
what I'm
attacking him with?
What is he wearing?
He's wearing armor of some kind.
He's wearing armor.
So
It looks like leather
What
armor.
I'm saying is, usually you have a couple different weapons. You want to look at your weapons and see which one is going to do the most damage, and that's I'm just saying. So you can see like 1d6, 1d8, 1d4, and that's probably going to be the one that you're going to want to use for the most part.
Short sword. I guess. I really don't know all that yet.
Just use the
So-
one. Just use the
That's
sword.
fine, that's
It's
fine,
your turn.
just
You use your sword or your dagger. You just tell me what you want to hit him with. It doesn't matter
I'm
what it
gonna
is.
I'm gonna use my sword, and I'm gonna.
Okay.
He's on his way down, and I lay back on my, and I stab him in the groin, right between his armor.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check first.
Okay.
Oh crap!
Okay. I got 14.
Okay, and then roll your attack.
I got a natural 19 plus whatever you tell me.
Okay, and then roll damage, which is 1d6 plus your dex modifier, I believe. So it should be 1d6 plus 5.
7.
Okay, so
I got a 2.
Yep, no, you're good. So you you're here. You like he's after you dodge the attack. You like slide for you kind of run towards him. You slide underneath his feet, like slicing upward with your short sword, right underneath his your nimble and small, slight like halfling frame is able to kind of like get around there, and you just like right up the gut, like in essence like eviscerating him as he like plunges to the earth and as he groans and not even like and he perspires.
He perspires.
Perspires. He's sweating like a pig. He does the word that means he's dead.
He
Okay.
expires.
Expires.
Do I have anything left?
You have
Do I have-
movement.
Can I say anything?
You can say something.
I got this one.
And okay. So far, most people don't even see this other guy.
There's another guy.
There you go. Okay, that's Tam's turn. Tam.
Oh, sorry. I
What's
was
your
reading.
name?
I was reading the chat for a second. Where am I? I can't.
You're here
remember
at the
which-
table, back left. Okay, what are you doing?
So I'm moving forward up. Yeah. How far?
You could move to.
So right in front of.
You could move to here because she's in the way. Like you can't. I mean, you could move that square, but she's there, so you could move here or here.
Yeah, I can. I'll move behind her.
Yep.
So wait, can you walk over that dead body?
You
Right.
walked this way. You can. You
yeah,
can
I'm
go
just
stand
saying
there.
she can walk over it if she needs to, like she can back up or whatever.
And just like technically, when you walk through, like there's
It's a
bunch of stuff
difficult
on the
terrain.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I took that into
where
account,
people are
but yeah.
standing. Yeah. It's so be like it takes double the movement speed to get through it.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Gotcha.
You can barely see him. He's got 3/4 cover. Like, in fact, I don't even know if you can see him, but for intents purposes, I'll say that you barely have line of sight, but it's 3/4 cover.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much that I can do right now.
You can use your other movement to dash around, or you can stay here, or do an action.
So wait, while I'm in that position, what's behind me to the
What's
top of
behind
the
you? Up this way.
screen?
You can see. Okay. I'll
Like, is
explain
that
it
a
because it'll take a
door?
second. It's like another hallway, but you don't see anything else up there. It just leads into another hallway. All the way through the extent of your vision. There's no other soldiers or troops that you can see up there.
Okay. Using a cantrip costs an action,
It does cost an action, yes, unless it specifically says bonus action.
and dashing is
An action.
Dashing
an
takes your action.
as well.
It's guard one's turn next, and then it's Ari's
You
turn
could-
next. So be ready, Ari. And
And just you could ready an action. So if he moves out of 3/4 cover, then you fire as a reaction when it's not your turn. But just
Okay.
yep. So do something.
So I'm gonna cast Blade Ward on myself.
Okay, you cast Blade Ward on yourself, like the sheen and shimmer, because that defends you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like an ethereal magical sheen that appears in front of Tam as he casts this spell. There we go. And from there, it's this guard's turn, and he's going to rush up again. Like the main person in his vision here in this is Starla, so he's going to swing at Starla with his sword. It's got 18. Which hits, I believe, right, Starla? I'll always ask you, even if I know. So that hits, right?
because
I'm not
that's So your armor
It
class
hits.
is,
Oh,
is
yes,
13.
I'm 13. Yeah, it
So that
hits.
hits.
Okay. And he does. He does two points of slashing damage to you. So he like charges at you and like wields his sword and like and it like kind of like grazes off of your just freshly donned armor, but it like and like hits you in the shoulder a little bit, like here in the side, like left part of your arm, as he like sweeps down on you after you've just like kind of eviscerated his friend, and you know you start to again feel like that pain, but you kind of like shrug it off, but you take 2 points of slashing damage, and he also yells like, he's like, the prisoners, they're getting out, the prisoners are here. And that's his turn. Ari, you're up.
Where am I? I would assume that I was.
You
next
are to the
chest
left.
or something.
I'm gonna here. Let's see. I'm gonna say that you're about here when all this started. Like you were in the room, but I remember you donned the armor and stuff. So you're about there, at the top left.
Okay, so I probably can't. I can't like throw an axe through people.
Oh, and by the way, this sound. That was the sound that it made when it hit. You can't throw an axe through people. No, that would. I mean, you could attempt. You could try.
And then in order to get through them, I have to. It's like costs a bunch. I probably can't get through them. Huh?
No, you cannot.
If he moved
Well-
next to Starla, couldn't he attack? That'd still be diagonal adjacent.
I would say like with that wall in the way that no, I would not allow that.
Reach around the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Starla in the way is gonna prohibit that from happening. Okay, what are you doing?
And then I can't dash either. Can't dash around.
You can dash. That just takes your action.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash as far into that room and as close to that guy as I can.
You want to go around this way or like through them this way?
Probably through him.
Okay, so like with the dash, you can get there. Now roll for an acrobatics though to see if you can get through them without any encumberment.
Acrobatics. So that's Dex. 19.
19. You like kind of barrel through that, and even with your stout like dwarven frame, you kind of like surprisingly nimbly like dodge through the middle of them without mishap, and you get here into this spot right there. And that's your turn unless you say something. Also, by the way, as a barbarian, you can go into a rage as a bonus action,
Right.
but you
Right.
don't necessarily need to. I just want to remind you that is a bonus action.
Okay.
Give up, fool!
Okay.
That's what I say to him.
The guard acknowledges. He's like, listen, he hears you. Okay, Armir's turn. No, actually, no, it's not Armir's turn. It's this guy's turn. It's the original guard.
He's still
The
alive?
original. Yeah, he's still alive.
The
He's like-
eviscerated one?
I thought he got eviscerated.
You guys healed him.
He
No, this is
perspired.
the guard that you guys had with you this
Jed.
whole time. Jed.
Jed.
Oh, I forgot he had him.
Are we gonna have
He
to
like-
murder Jed again?
he's like booking it. He like full ran away, and you guys don't. He's out of vision.
Wait, but
He's-
I'm in there. I'm in that room.
You do not have a reaction. You're not close to him. He was by the bottom left side of the
No,
table.
but I can't I see where he goes though?
Nope. He went down a hallway and out of vision
But down which hallway?
to the left.
The one that we came from?
Yeah, as far as you can see, you think that he went to the right, but you can't. That's all you know. Well, actually, you can't even say that because he went through the door, and as soon as the door closed behind him, you don't know where he went.
So he went through the door that we came through.
Yep, he's gone.
Okay.
Okay, that's his turn.
I've even had him.
And then, what's his
That's the
name?
problem. That's the problem with prisoners. Why are we
Armir's
not
gonna
tie that fool up?
Armir's gonna go over here, and
Armor, you're supposed to be Amir, you're supposed to be watching him.
Actually, no. That's the Armir is going to like go and chase after him. But he
Amir's
also
gonna get
disappears
killed.
out of your vision.
Oh crap.
Okay, so Armir disappears down the hall. Armir's like, oh, I gotta go catch that guy, but Armir is a dwarf. He has a slower speed. Okay, it's now Fenn's turn.
Okay. Well, is there
Sorry.
anybody want-
I'll get you into vision here just a second where you can see. Okay, Fenn, you are here to the bottom left, right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Starla, you're next. So be ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Starla, then
Okay, I'm going to move up. So where
Tam is?
where Starla is, I'm gonna
Starla?
move. Oh wait, yeah, where Tam is, right one square to the left of Tam.
Yep. You have line of sight. Yep.
He's gonna fireball the crap out of all of us.
Starla is pretty short, so I'm gonna say that you have like full vision on the guard just because he's taller than Starla.
Okay.
Like
Then,
3 feet.
then
Yeah,
I
3 feet taller than her.
am going to fire my crossbow
Okay,
over her shoulder.
make it attack roll.
I feel so
I got
short.
15 plus 5, so 20.
Hits.
1d8. That is an 8 plus 3, so 11.
How do you want to do this? I've always wanted to say
Okay.
that.
So Starla's there. I could just see her, like her head, and to the right, over her right shoulder, I see the guy, as he just swung at her and damaged her. The whatever. Ari's right behind her.
You're only like 5 feet away from this dude. It's like point blank range.
With the crossbow.
Point blank, I fire straight into his chest, and the bolt goes in, dimples his armor, and he hits the wall, slides down.
And he's-
So, is it as described, like, Fenn runs around the corner, like, while he's, like, whipping out again his crossbow at the ready or reloading, and he levels and aims and shoots, and it's, like, dead on, like, right through this soldier's heart, like, pins him against the wall for a second as he, like, slowly, like, slumps down to the floor. The blood is, like, starting to pool around his chest and, like, seep out through the cloth of the leather. With the last dying gasp and groan, he, like, and slumps down to the ground. And that is where we're gonna call it for the night.
Okay.
Good job, team. We are going to go back to here just a second. Cool, battle overlay. There we go. Thank you everybody for being here. If our cast has anything to say, or if there's any questions that anybody has to ask, or any I don't know any questions anybody has, we are going to pick up again next week with the story arc 1, ironically. So the other story arc. I don't know exactly what day it is. Tannen, I'll be talking with you about figuring out when Brenna can do it, based on you guys' schedule.
Isn't it
But, good
Tuesday
job.
because of Dadgummit?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brenna's moving.
Yeah,
There's a few things that are, we'll talk offline and figure it out. But
Right.
I'll be announcing stuff on Discord. If you are new here, again, check out Discord, check out Instagram where I'm posting everything. Make sure if anyone like used any spells and stuff, like make sure you write that off. For the sake of like, I'm not going to get too much in the nitty gritty for a lot of things, but Fenn, mark off 2 bolts.
Those are cantrips.
No,
2
crossbow
bolts.
bolts. I
I
think you
got
start with
fireball.
20. You start with 20.
Yeah.
I think besides that, everyone else, and then Starla,
Can
you're
you-
negative
can
2
you, like,
points.
loot them from the bodies?
These, well, we're not in the game right now, so you can't ask that. But no, these guards have not had crossbows.
No, but the ones that he shot that are still, they don't like disappear.
It
pulling
depends.
out of the body.
It depends.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a roll and stuff we can do, and if you remember.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now, we're not gonna remember anything that happened.
I'll
Write
remember.
it down.
Write it down. Yeah, you should be writing stuff down, like characters' names and stuff that you've learned. You still have the note. Like, there's some stuff that I will like save for you, and some stuff that you should probably be writing down. Anyone else have any questions? Save the VOD. The VOD will be saved, and these VODs are actually going to be posted to YouTube with some slight editing. In fact, let's do like a sign off for the thing just for the YouTube cut.
Do we get our experience and anything like that?
I'll
or is
talk
that
with you guys
later?
about that offline. So I'm gonna just do a sign off just for the YouTube thing, even though we're not like closing it out. So
We're
thanks
not closing
to
the stream, right?
yeah, not closing the stream. So thanks to Ari, Starla, Fen, and Tam for a great adventure. We'll see what happens as they continue to progress, and see what happens next. Do you guys have anything to say as the cast, real quick, for the closeout? I'll think of a closeout thing, but
Thanks for bearing with us as we learn.
thanks for bearing with us. As always, the world is your tomato, and cheers.